work, makes Golden Square's forward half of the ground look much more potent.
Yes, as looking at that weather map, I had a look and it's 30% chance of rain at about 4 p.m. It doesn't look that way at the moment.
Look at the flag on top of the scoreboard down there. It's absolutely blowing towards the city end of the ground. As I say that, it dies off as well. So, but I think Brodie Collins has made the right decision to kick towards that end.
Just about get things underway here for the opening term. Full-on fresh footy. This is Jock Clark.
And in ruck, Compton for Golden Square, playing his 150th. Boys today went up, got first hands to it, dropped at his feet. They jumped all over it, and the umpire will ball it up again right in exactly the same spot. Compton got up, big hand down, but straight to Collins. He goes wide with a hand pass to Mullen. Mullen with another one, back to Tibbet. Tibbet was tackled, collared. Umpire said, "You caught, son." And the first fair dinkum kick of the game will go to Golden Square. Barrett from the centre of the ground.
He drives it inside forward 50. Good contested ball there by the Borough. Tibbet is there. They're all tied up. The umpire will blow the whistle. 45 out directly in front, and we'll throw it up. So inside the opening minute, no score on the board. Tibbet does the ruck work against Compton. Compton won it, or swooped on it there by Rosengren. It's an up and under kick, straight to the goal line, front and centre. Dill Williams tracks the football towards the back pocket. He's tackled well by Cooper of the Square, tumbles over the line and will throw it in.
So ball up, forward pocket for Golden Square. First quarter, big game this afternoon. Minute gone, no score on the board.
Bit of an interesting matchup. Looks like Riley McIver and Jack Geary are going with each other.
There's the ball up, Tibbet, first hands on it. Square, can they pinch it out of the ruck? Compton got another tap. Bit of aerial ping pong. Couldn't find a teammate. The Borough defence, good work. Out of the back pocket, and the mark's taken by Riley Saunders. So Saunders in the back pocket. He's got it for Eaglehawk, goes wide, gets the lead. Mark might have just been taken by Bateson inside the line. Yes, it was paid. He's got it just outside defensive 50. Bateson for the Hawks will drive towards halfback.
So on a halfback now, it's Collins of Eaglehawk. This is Jesse. There's two of them out there. Short pass to Sean Williams. True centre wing. Broadcast side. Inside forward 50. Didn't look. Intercepting mark by Golden Square. Just on right halfback.
Poor kick.
It's Braden Welsh. He'll go backwards in order to go forwards to Will Lee. Will Lee will go across to the opposite back pocket. They'll work it nicely now. Draper will put it on the boot. Beyond 50. Up onto the wing. Bouncing footy. Madden picks it up. Sweeps a handball to Collins. He'll be on half forward. Short pass to Hommelhoff, who marks at 40 out on not much of an angle, and he'll line them up for the first shot of the afternoon.
And I reckon he's got the leg for this, even though he's a little bloke.
He is a good kick for goal usually, Jed Hommelhoff, and it looks like that Jake Thrum's running with him.
Hommelhoff short pass was a lead, and a mark's been taken by Gillingham. He's the man that kicked 3 in that last week.
Yeah, if anyone's going to kick the ball 50 metres, it'd be Ryan Gillingham. He's got a big hoofing foot, and of course the breeze going in that direction as well might help him. Gillingham
to the Bendigo City ends. You cross the mark of 50. Proven goal kicker. He just stabs it at a little. It's wide and he sprays it. Didn't even score, goes out of bounds on the full. So no score on the board. We've gone 3 minutes in the first. Full-on fresh footy.
So the Bulldogs will clear defensively from deep in the back pocket. Kick out to a pack. No one could take it. Gillingham on his hands and knees got the crumb, but he was pushed over the boundary line with the footy out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play.
Interesting little start. Oscar Madden did start the game down on Trav Baird, but now Trav Baird won out inside forward 50 for Square, and they're just dropping and changing their opponents around Eaglehawk.
From the ball in, chance for the Hawks. Go to it, full forward in front. Knott's taken the mark. Yes, it is. Isn't it, Sean Knott? Has got the grab for Eaglehawk. Gee, that was a good mark. He was under the pump. And he's got the grab probably 25 metres out, directly in front.
Really good start for Eaglehawk here. They got lowered eyes going inside forward 50, and they found a couple of targets as well.
So Sean Knott is wearing a similar hairstyle to my good self as kick for goal. Well, never looked like it. Normally reliable left footer. Let's put it wide. Through for a minus score. First score of the match, a point to the Hawks. The Bulldogs yet to score. 4 minutes gone in the first term, thanks to Priority 1 property.
Jake Thrum kicked it in from full-back, but it was intercepted by Hommelhoff, who gave it to Tibbet, then to Collins. Collins now a short, dinky little kick. Hommelhoff offered support, picked it up, then lost it. Good bit of work there by Cooper, but it might be a free kick to Hommelhoff of Eaglehawk. It is on half forward. So Hommelhoff, too far out to score to the city end. He'll go wide and short to Holmes. This is Clayton Holmes at 49. He's come into the side this afternoon from injury and kicked it like a true backman and put it out of bounds on the full. Full on fresh footy. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Brenton Conforti back into the side. Looks like he's going to be doing a lot of the work with Trav Baird too.
Who's got Mark Clue, Cam? Has Madden gone to Mark Clue?
That was the rotation they have made.
From the back pocket. Clears defensive 50, big pack up. No one could take the mark. Good work, Bulldogs. They got the crumb, kick towards half forward. Chance for Baird. That's Travis. Couldn't take the mark. Thumped away by the Borough defence. They go wide. Lateral work is good. Mark taken by Saunders. Still defensive side of the centre. Hommelhoff slipped over before it got there. Got back to his knees and still managed to take our father Mark. Then he's played on quickly towards half forward, and Jack Geary, the square skipper, has intercepted and taken the mark right on defensive 50.
The other matchup, Tyler Miles is going with Jordan Rosengreen.
It was a good kick to Mark Clue to the wing of Golden Square. He's got a player on. Adam Baird finds him 70 out from goal. Now swings and goes. He's got Travis on directly in front. Good defensive work. No, it's not by Tyler Miles. He chopped the arms and got him too high. And now Travis Baird will line up for his first and the first for Golden Square this afternoon.
They're really rotating these defensive players around Eaglehawk. Every time the ball seems to go in, it's a different player looking after a different one. So it's a well set up forward line.
It was good effort by Trav Baird. He contested a mark probably 30 metres further out than that, then got straight back into position to have another go.
Absolute avalanche of players from both sides coming to the bench, about 6 of them at a time.
Great to see Travis Baird back into this side after injury. He makes it work, and that's a poor result. So poor kicking this afternoon. They're one behind a piece. We've gone 6.5 minutes in the first, thanks to Priority One Property. Full on fresh footy.
Wonder if the Breeze is playing a bit of havoc with the kicking, because they're really not kicking very accurate at all.
Not sure about much breeze out there, Cam.
Flag's going pretty
Johnny,
crazy.
am I doing the goal kickers?
You are, as always, of course.
Not using much pen. Meanwhile, it's the Borough who work it down the wing on the outer side. That's the Peter Moroney wing, and he'll be well remembered tonight at the Legends Hall of Fame night for the Square, as he's certainly one of the recipients of an award. Meanwhile, the Square move it to the centre of the ground. Jack Geary got it. Set him up somewhat. He was tackled, lost the footy. Free kick to the Hawks, centre of the ground. Saunders, been busy early, takes it. Goes to Conforti, who kicks long. Not the target inside forward 50. Couldn't take the mark. Bulldogs defence okay, worked out to Geary, he's good. Went to Thrum, another one, couldn't find a teammate. Close to the line, taken again, chance for them to clear the Bulldogs towards half forward outer side.
Yeah.
Poor kick, straight to a Borough player who marked on his own.
Goes to Collins. Now Collins, you just
Can't be leaving Tyler Miles in space like that. He'll just mop up all day.
Where's his opponent?
came from Miles. So that's another short pass. Eaglehawk will look to build here.
Look at this, 3 Eaglehawk players across the half back and not a single Golden Square player in their half. So they're going to get the ball and bang it out, and Eaglehawk are just going to send it straight back in.
McClashin gave it to Collins, who kicked it inside forward 50, but John Coe of the Bulldogs took a nice intercept mark in defensive 50. He'll swing it wide. They'll set themselves. It's just Mark Clue playing down back at the moment. It is, and he kicks it to the wing, bouncing footy, contest at ground level. In fact, it's on half forward for Eaglehawk, and they might get a free kick here. It's McGlashan.
Golden Square got the ball, but it's still 4-on-1 past the centre in favour of Eaglehawk.
Play on, and defensively John Coe takes a good intercepting mark. Full on fresh footy.
Last kick inside forward 50 been ordinary for the Borough. Mark Clue hands off. Now chance for the Dogs. They wait. Try to bring players. Kick clears defensive 50. Saunders. Good spoil. Chance for the Borough to get the crumb through. McGlashan picks it up. Kick was smothered. Saunders win again. Threw it on the boot from 45 out. Goes for home. Shocker. Missed everything again. What's that? Is that 3 out on the fulls?
Yeah, all in that one spot as well. So
More swing than Elvis Presley then, too. Did you see that ball?
The left-hand point post is certainly getting a workout today. The goal umpire having to run there quite a bit.
So Will Lee
That's a shocking kick.
takes the defensive kick from next to the behind post. You're right, Cam, it was a shocker. Now it's in no man's land. Who can pick up the crumb? Plenty in there hunting it. Umpire lets him go. 40 out from the Borough goal. He's picked a free kick, I reckon. He has picked out a free kick.
He got very lucky there, Will Lee.
Has he?
Will Lee.
He has, and he's gone to the Hawks.
Will Lee, that was a 20-metre kick, and it landed at his teammate's foot. Sam
Harper, bottom of the pack. What? Over the shoulder, high tackle?
No, I'm just saying you've got to swing it from left to right. I was going for an in-swinger.
Thought you were mixing a cake. Well, it's a free kick. Sam Harper to take it for the Borough. Player on the mark, probably 40 metres from goal. Bit of an angle. And, not a goal on the board yet.
10 minutes
two
are
of the
gone.
best sides, I know. Harper, can he rectify it? Comes in. He'll get the journey. What about the accuracy? That's a beauty right through the middle. And the Hawks on the board with the first goal of the game. They go to 1-1-7. The Doggies one behind. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals.
And of course, Sam Harper, an ex-Golden Square player, getting the first goal of the game, so there's always a bit of something about that. But that's the kick. He just really kicked through it, and it would have went 20 metres through if there wasn't a fence behind there as well. So good start for Eaglehawk. They've probably been the better side early in this one.
Actually, it did hold its line that way, but there, look at the flag now. There's a significant wind, not a breeze. It looks like a wind to the city end, which is the end that the Borough are kicking to. That goal took 10 minutes to get on the board here, so it's a real contest here. Eaglehawk into the middle is Mullen, just the defensive side of centre for Eaglehawk. They'll tie it up, and the umpire will throw it up. Bathed in sunshine at the moment. Predicted rain a little later on in the day. Tibbett doing the ruck work against Compston of the Dogs. He won it. It's bang to half forward. Running onto the ball will be McClashen for Eaglehawk. Then he overran it. Golden Square, they can work it, but no. Picked up by Mullen. That's an awkward handball. Humphrey was there of the Dogs. They dive in underneath it. Barrett was there also. 40 out from goal for the Dogs. Will never have another ball up. So it's 1-1-7 Eaglehawk. The Dogs are one behind. 11 in the first. Full on fresh footy.
Tell you what, it's a very quick game, Johnny, and a lot of pressure. Ball up just inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Taken out for them by Rosengren. His hand pass intercepted. Picked up the crumb by Humphrey. Humphrey throws it on the boot. High. To the hot spot over the top mark. No, not paid. Play on the call. 15 out from the Dogs' goal. Big pack, umpire says. Give it to me, I'll ball it up.
Wasn't that some real courage and going back?
Was he paid a free kick?
Yeah, Jaden Burke. That would have been a terrific grab. Went back with the courage. Almost Jonathan Brown-esque.
Trav Baird's got the free kick for Golden Square. Player on the mark, 10 out. What was it for, Cam?
Oh, I didn't see it.
He's
almost missed it.
Baird's put it through. First goal for Golden Square this afternoon. Locks the scores up again at 1-1-7 apiece. 12.5 gone. First term. That is thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
It was good entry inside forward 50, and it would have been an absolute superb grab, as I touched on before, from Jordan Rosengren. Really threw himself back at the footy. Trav Baird gets a free kick out of all the congestion there, and he goes back and puts through Golden Square's first. So a bit of confidence booster for Trav Baird, and he's game back as well after a few games of injury.
Well, umpires showing in the first bit of this match, they're not afraid to pay free kicks inside 50.
Full on fresh footy. Back into the middle, it'll be Compston against Tibbett. Compston won again, as Harper emerges for Eaglehawk, puts it on the left. Going underneath the footy was Cacaviello, the under-18 player, but swooping nicely was Hommelhoff. Put it on the left, started at left, and it swung right through the middle for the first of the afternoon. In fact, it's the second one of the afternoon for the Hawks. So that's 2-1-13, leading 1-1-7. We've gone 13.5 in the first, thanks to Aussie Disposals. Full-on fresh footy.
That was a really nice goal from Jed Hommelhoff. You're right. He started it left and it just swung back perfectly. And no one back there on the goal line from Golden Square, and it was able just to bounce its way through.
What about the pickup?
It was superb.
Super.
He is a really good player, Jed Hommelhoff.
So the Borough get their second. Now this game's starting to open up a little bit. Two good sides. Gee, there's some good players out there and having a fair crack so far. Up they go. Compston in his 150th. Got it down. Found a teammate. He ran into a brick wall. That player was Adam Baird. Skinny's not going anywhere. They've locked it up and it'll be balled up again in the centre of the ground.
And that brick wall is probably the smallest player on the ground. And Jed Hommelhoff, he's in everything at the moment.
You've got to be careful of the little ones, Cam. They can do plenty of damage. There's the ball up. Chance for the square to get it out, taken by Walters. He was tackled, lost it. Umpire lets him play. That's a pretty good idea. It was eventually taken by Morecambe, threw it on the boot, wobbled it to half forward for the Dogs. Couldn't find a teammate. A chance down there for the Hawks in defence. Tanner hunts the footy. He gets it. Then Cooper locks him up, and the umpire will ball it up across half forward for Golden Square.
He's a bit groggy after that last contest. Tommy Walters, he got up off the ground very slowly and hobbled his way to the boundary line. He's been replaced by Callum Draper, and he's got right to the interchange gate and just gone straight for the ankle.
2-1 the Hawks, 1-1 the Dogs, 14 gone first term.
60 out from goal, outer side for the Dogs. They're attacking. The flags are just dancing and bobbing around. It is playing a little bit of havoc here. Tibbard won the tap on that occasion. Still 70 out from the Dogs' goal. Comes out to Cooper. Cooper now of the Dogs. Bangs it on the boot quickly. Oscar Madden used his body well for the two Blues. Ground level, hard up against the boundary line. They should see it out, and they do, deep in the forward pocket for Golden Square.
Tell you what, that wind, boys, it's blown the coconuts out of the palm trees over there. Have a look, can't see a coconut anywhere.
So it is sunny though at the moment. The umpire hurls it in the air. Tibbett tapped it to the front to Collins. Kick was smothered. Now it just ricochets. It is Mark Clue grabbed it, banged it on the boot, hard up against the line, and we'll have another ball in deep in that forward pocket for the Dogs. Full on fresh footy thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Gee, he was quick to get boot to ball, Mark Clue, wasn't he? Didn't kick it, but looked dangerous. There's the throw-in. Compston, Tibbett. Compston got it down. Through the pack, square player throws it on the boot. Wrong side of the stick, out of bounds. We'll do it again with the throw-in.
I think it might have hit the stick, Jock. Didn't go the wrong side. It's
hit the
slammed
stick
in into the middle of the point post.
Fair enough.
Right in front of
same
the
result.
cricket nets.
From the throw-in, Compston got it down to a teammate who's thrown it on the boot. Was Skinny Baird, wrong side of the big upright, and through for a minor score. Dogs hit the... no, they don't. They get their second point. They're 1-2-8. The Hawks are 2-1-13. 16 gone first term thanks to Priority 1 property.
Clayton Holmes for Eaglehawk kicked it into the outer side. Offering support was Gillingham. Squeezed out a handball, but the Dogs now will emerge. It'll be a long kick back inside forward 50. Cooper hard up against the line. He's taken a strong contested mark right on the boundary line. 51 out from goal. It holds up in the breeze into the corridor. Rosengren.
No, it's Burke.
Burke took a big mark, and that was strong and contested directly in front. He'll line them up.
One thing Golden Square can do is they can just bang it inside forward 50, because if you've got Travis Baird, Jaden Burke and Rosengren down there, they're all super contested marks. So if one of them can get on the end of it, whoa, it's a good forward line.
All of a sudden they look potent, don't they, the Square, as he'll line them up, Jaden Burke, but again it's wayward. And that's another one out of bounds on the full. We've had about 3 or 4 already. So the Dogs stay at 1-2-8, Eaglehawk 2-1-13, 17 in the first, full on fresh footy, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Kicking hasn't broken world records. For goal, that is.
It swung late again, just that wind, Jock, just keep your eye on it.
The Aussies will be hoping for a bit of that late swing at the World Cup in the cricket in England, won't they, boys?
The doctor is in, is it?
That's it.
Oh, it's intercepted mark.
Oh. The kick in, ordinary. And the mark's been taken for Golden Square.
Brinsmed. Samuel Brinsmed, one of the new players for Golden Square's intercepted that one.
Player on the mark's probably 35 metres out. And the kicker will only be about 5 in from the boundary. So, certainly, it's a tough kick.
Haven't seen a lot of him, but this will really show us what his kicking's like.
Want you to tell us all about it in a minute, Cam. So Brinsmead comes in, fires at goal, he leans to the left.
Almost.
It won't come back. He leant and he leant, didn't matter. Through for a minor score, Dogs to 139, Hawks are 2-1-13. We've played 18 minutes of time first term thanks to Priority 1 property.
Miles kicked it in short to Holmes. He gave it by hand to Cacaviello, the under-18 player that's in this afternoon, as a late change. Picked up now by Golden Square of Sam Brinsmead again. He'll send it to the top of the square. Oh, picked up by Draper, out a flying shot at goal, which was smothered, and it went through for another minor score.
Dill Williams was good there.
Dogs 1-4-10, Hawks 2-1-13, 19 in the first, full-on fresh footy.
Yeah, it's good footy. You haven't got a long time to do something with it when you get it.
It was a very important smother from Dill Williams, otherwise that was going through from Draper too.
Kick down the line to half-back for the Hawks was good. And Big Tippett's taken the grab right on defensive 50. Takes his time. the big fast bowler, and then goes down the line. Good kick. Mark paid McGlashan. Yes, it is. Plays on. Hand pass to a teammate running past. His kick was poor. Chopped off. Dogs get it back in midfield. They go long. Inside forward 50. Trav Baird out in front. Takes the grab. He's right on forward 50. Too far out. Wants some movement. Holds it up. Baird directs traffic.
He hasn't got a lot to kick to.
There's plenty of movement. Oh, and suddenly there's a couple with space, and the mark has been taken down there by Humphrey.
And he's passed it off.
Pass it off to
He's
Brinsmead.
passed it off, and Brinsmead's going to get a second attempt, this time from the other side of the ground. Right-hand side.
That was 3 kicks, and they've probably got it 15 metres closer.
You would have seen a lot of Humphreys, Johnny, and you noticed him with the big dreads, but he's got rid of the dreads now and didn't pick him up with the short hair, Lockie Humphrey.
He's had it for about 6 weeks, so you're not far behind the program there. I noticed it before.
First time Golden Square for the
Didn't
year.
get the email from his hairdresser. So Brinsmead for the Dogs comes in, aims at left, goes to the left, doesn't make the distance anyway, off hands and through for a minor score. Dogs monopolising a bit of time inside forward 50 at the moment, boys, but just not getting it on the scoreboard. 1-5 Golden Square, 2-1 Hawks, kick out, intercepted, taken by Shelton, through the traffic, he does get through, but then... No, he took too long, said the umpire. Free kick. Taken out there for the Hawks by McIver. Hands off to a teammate who kicks long inside forward 50. Geary back in defence for the Dogs, takes the mark. Plays on, goes across the ground. Lateral work to Draper. Can't pick it up, wants support. Gets it from Thrum. Thrum runs through half back, goes long. Over the head of a leading teammate. That was Skinny Baird at half forward. He goes back and gets it, Skinny. Runs to forward 50. Goes towards full forward over the head of the players back there. His target was Burke. And it's rolled through for a minor score. So the Dogs go to 1 goal 6-12, and the Hawks are 2-1-13. Gee, 21-minute mark, first term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
From the kick in from Holmes, it's ended up with Sam Thompson on half back, who kicks it to half forward. Golden Square now will rebound towards the boundary line, trying to collect it with Zach Shelton and couldn't. And just in front of us, broadcast side, we'll throw it in. Just across half forward now for Eaglehawk. Golden Square to me seemed to have had the momentum. Constant front position. He didn't win it on that occasion. Tibbett did well. Picked up by Knott of Eaglehawk. He just flung the ball out in the direction of Dill Williams. Ground level now on half forward.
Yeah,
might get a free kick.
Dill Williams.
Dill
Braden
Williams.
Dorrington fell straight into his back.
Left half forward. Will centre the ball. He'll go corridor. He's got a player on. This might be Saunders or Riley McIver.
Bateson.
That was my next guest, Cam, on half forward. Those three look alike. Receiving the ball now was Saunders. Saunders puts it into the forward pocket. Nice handball received by Knott. Knott now on the left for the Borough. He'll send it goalward, but it was never straight. It was always offline. And another minor one to the Hawks. 2-2-14. The Dogs 1-5-11. 23 and a half in the first. Full-on fresh footy.
Dogs bring it back into play. Welsh has got it at half back. Oh, he's got to go backwards. So they retreat, then kick it across the goal there, defending, and a mark's taken by Will Lee.
If he was quick, he had Drew Barrett in a bit of space, but Sean Knott's come and cut that off, so now he's going to have to chip back across.
He's gone back where it came from. Gives it to Cooper. Cooper plays on. In fact, it was Thrum who goes on towards half back. Plenty up. Nobody could take the mark. And the boundary umpire seeks the footy, which went over the fence.
Not sure how you're getting Thrum and Cooper mixed up there. Completely different looking characters.
What are you saying, Cam?
Completely different looking characters, but it is a game.
They both got very short hair, Cam.
They do both have very short hair. One's got bright orange boots.
Righto, okay. Just checking. Be careful these days. So the ball to be thrown back into play. It's across half forward, outer side for the Hawks. Not up in front. Got it to the front of the pack. Can he find a teammate? He can. Quick kick out of the pack into the forward pocket for the Hawks. Contesting was McGlashan. Couldn't take the mark. Well crumbed. Picked up. Short kick in board, and the mark's taken by Gillingham.
Justin Bateson's doing some really good things as well. Got that kick inside forward 50, which really hit the spot, and it was a good pick up, and then in a good position was Gillingham to get that centering kick.
So Gillingham will kick for goal for the Hawks. Player on the mark, 35 metres out. 45-degree angle. Gillingham comes in. across the face and through for a minor score. Gee, again. So the Hawks go to 2-4-16. And the Doggies are 1-5-11. 24 minutes gone. First term, thanks to Priority One Property.
From the kick in, it was a quick kick in and ended up the outer side wing. Might be out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpire was just labouring a little bit. No, he's called it. It's bounced. So we'll have another throw in outer side. Almost at half forward for the Borough.
Jed Hommelhoff coming off the ground, replaced by Brendan Tanner. So
Not did the ruck work. It'll be Golden Square who emerge. That'll be through Drew Barrett. Then he lost the footy. Collins. Oh, look at that. Mark Clue.
Super.
Just came from nowhere. Just picked it up. He'll run and bounce. A couple of bounces to half forward. Goalward! And just swings wide. It was a good build-up, but it is a minor score. So now the Dogs go to 1-6-12. Trailing Eaglehawk 2-3-15. Full-on fresh footy, 25 in the first.
I reckon he could have taken another bounce.
yeah, it was an excellent pickup as well, and he has steamed his way through the pack.
So
That's
the
a really
kick
poor
out,
kick out.
intercepted, taken by Draper for the Bulldogs. He plays on, goes for home, and kicks another minor score. Gee, the Doggies. Win's not that bad, is it? They go to 1-8-14. The Hawks 2-3-15. Well, Bernie Haberman, the square coach, will be tearing his hair out.
I've got it as 1-9, Jock. I don't think they added on that point that was rushed through before.
They're pretty quick on that scoreboard. I think it might be right. We'll just, at the moment, it's 1 point the difference. Now it's Holmes of Eaglehawk. Geez, that ball swung beyond 50. Tibbett took a nice strong mark for Eaglehawk across half back. Brings it broadcast side. Bouncing football. Will Lee collects for Golden Square on half back. Sean Williams, good strong tackle for the Borough. All tied up. And on half forward now for Eaglehawk, we'll throw it up. So 25, nearly 26 minutes in the first. Full-on fresh footy. It's a 1 point margin.
You wouldn't think it'd be a long quarter.
Good contest. It's the Hawks. The ball was thrown up and then it bounced. Gillingham will swoop on it. No, he let it go. In fact, Jack Geary wanted it more for Golden Square and in fact was
he
pinned.
was stiff.
He dropped the ball and didn't get a foot to it. There's nothing stiff about that.
On a half forward, got a lead from Tibbett.
Made the play.
Got a push, 40 out from goal directly in front, and Richard Tibbett will line them up.
Jack Geary got the ball and then he dropped it and he didn't get a foot to it.
Got grabbed before he had it.
Nah.
Cameron, what are you looking
gotta
at?
get you got to get a boot to
Where's
it.
my spare pair of glasses?
The umpire is always right,
You can't drop the ball and not get a boot to it though.
and the umpire says this is the way it
to
is.
get tackled.
Richard Tibbett.
Anyway, we'll back Tibbett in. He's about 50 out from home, Johnny, and the
Yes.
breeze might aid this kick.
It's right up his backside, so let's see how we go with it. It's a long, strong run up. It looks like he's opening the bowling. It's gone through at goal post height, but it was wide, so that'll be another score. So 2-4-16 the Hawks. The Dogs are 1-8-14, 27 in the first. Full on fresh footy.
Is that an indicator of how strong that breeze is? Jeez, that went through.
Kick out by the Dogs to the back pocket. Dorrington took it and found a teammate, and they have the footy deep in defence. Now the kick is long towards half back, plenty up. No one could take the mark. Over the top, crumb for the square down there by Mark Lou. Got it onto a teammate. Quick kick towards half forward to Baird. That's Skinny. Got rid of his opponent, couldn't take the mark. Spills off his arms and goes over and out of bounds for a throw in. So the ball to be thrown back into play, just outside the Doggies forward 50. 27 gone on the time clock. Must be close to quarter time. We've only had 3 goals scored. Close enough. Quarter time in a big one at Wade Street. And it's the Hawks, their nose barely in front. 2-4-16. The Doggies of Golden Square are 1-8-14.
Well, we've got a big contest on our hands here. It is windy, it is blustery, but both sides are going in hard after the footy. Promises to be a big afternoon. It's quarter time here in round 6 of the Bendigo Football Netball League. The Dogs are 1-8-14. They are trailing the Hawks 2-4-16, a 2 point margin. Live at your local game, this is full-on fresh footy.
In the second term.
Cooper and Draper.
Yeah, Cooper and Draper have been pretty impressive. I have noticed that Tom Walters hasn't come back on the ground either, so he's still sitting down on the bench for Golden Square.
Fair enough. Good contest. Second term about to get underway. Here is Johnny Hunter.
Full-on fresh footy at Wade Street. the Hall of Fame this evening for Golden Square as they'll celebrate. They've been competitive as the ball is just flung out to half forward now for Eaglehawk. Picked up by the Dogs by Hartley. He'll send it inside forward 50. It's gone 60 metre. Clayton Holmes for Eaglehawk. Dropped a mark but had enough time to collect. Then he runs across half back. He had a bounce. Sends it broadcast side looking for Hommelhoff. Hommelhoff keeps his feet. Well, he probably beat Jack Geary on that occasion, which is a big ask. Goes by hand Hommelhoff to Harper. Eaglehawk. Poor kick. Centering ball. Now Cooper of Golden Square. He'll swing it wide. Skinny Baird on the outer side wing.
Got a paddock Skinny. Couldn't pick it up. Then he does. Turns. Bombs long to a contest inside forward 50. Big punch away by the Hawks defence. Crumb down there taken and kicked forward for the Dogs to the hot spot. Madden the spoil. No one could take it. 40 out from the Dogs goal. Big pack of players. Umpire circles and will ball it up.
Don't you love that from Brenton Conforti? He comes from the back of the pack and punched the ball 30 metres.
Yeah, and got up so high.
Absolutely. He could have nearly taken mark of the air. He was up that high.
Yeah, the air was thin up there. Higher than the front row of a Joe Cocker concert, but you wouldn't know what I mean by that, Cameron. Ball up, 40 out, cleared, well, scrubbily by Dylan Williams for the Hawks out towards half-back, and another little kick off the ground came from Hommelhoff, but he's turned it over. The Dogs go straight back into attack, and they've kicked it out on a full penalty free kick. We'll go to the Hawks in defence by Riley Saunders. Gee, Saunders' kick went to go inboard to Harper, and he's turned it over. He's turned it over. The mark's been taken by Mark Clue. Well, that wasn't a good idea, I don't think, from Saunders. Mark Clue's got it. Player on the mark is 35 metres out, and Mark Clue will line up. 45-degree angle. Dogs kicking for goal. Hasn't exactly broken world record so far. Can Mark Clue change it? Yes, he can. Right through the middle. Dogs get their second. They get the lead, and they open up the second term in very good style. Scoreboard at the moment, thanks to Priority One Property. Golden Square 2-8-20. The Hawks are 2-4-16.
Yeah, it was a good intercepting play by Mark Clue. It was just a poor kick from Riley Saunders. We've seen quite a few of those ones. And I think when you've got the wind coming at you like that, you've got to be really careful with those little inboard kicks.
If you're going to go back inside into the corridor and only 30 metres out from the goal you're defending, gee, you've got to be spot on, haven't you? Absolutely.
The footy is full-on footy here at Wade Street. Harper now, Eaglehawk, gives a handball to Bateson. In fact, it was Saunders. Saunders to half forward for Eaglehawk. Dill Williams. He just a little give. It was okay to McIver. McIver banged it on the boot. But Trav Baird playing down back. He takes a mark. He'll switch it wide. Finds a teammate. He'll kick it up in the direction of Jack Geary. And Hommelhoff again. He had the better position for the Borough. To half forward. Oh, hands and knees. Good mark. Was taken by Lachlan Humphrey.
Yeah, the sun was just in Sean Knott's eyes there.
Gave it to Barrett to the outer side. Thrum. Now he'll run. Oh, he bounced it. And then he had enough time to collect. Go one way, then the other. Still off half back. It was on his right foot, which is his wrong one. Now to the wing. Bounces to the front. Dill Williams gives it off by hand. They'll share it around to the back door. This is Collins, and he'll kick it to the wing, and it's a mark by Knott.
Knott, good mark. Stayed in front. That's where a good forward plays. Wastes no time. Gets a hand pass off to the running Collins. From the centre of the ground, bombs long inside forward 50. And back there, the mark is taken in defence by Coe. Lord Sebastian in the back pocket for the Dogs. Weighs up his options. Then goes long towards the wing, outer side. Compson, one grab. Couldn't complete the mark. The Hawks go again. Kick was poor. Intercepted. Now they come again. It's Mark Clue. He's had plenty of it. Drives the Dogs inside forward 50. On the lead, Trav Baird. Can he get it? He can't. Cleared out there by Conforti. Threw it on the boot. Got it wide towards the safety of the boundary. And it's out of bounds for a throw-in. Half back out of side for the Hawks.
How good are the contest between Jed Hommelhoff and Jack Geary been? I think Jed Hommelhoff has beaten him twice. Hommelhoff's going off, and then Riley McIver's running of Jack Geary in the middle of the ground as well. So they're certainly putting a lot of effort into Jack Geary.
It's a good effort, isn't it? Now we're on the outer side wing. Picked up by Liam Barrett, who's been good. He'll go to Dorrington short. Defensive side of centre wing. Outer side. It's for the Dogs. We've got a contest on our hands here. Now it's long down the line. Oh, unrealistic attempt, I would say, there by the Dogs in Ryan Hartley, and a free kick off half back. We'll go to Sam Harper. Sam Harper now. Eaglehawk just holds up the footy. Now he goes. It's a long ball against the breeze. It goes 50. Coe had front position. Not did well at the rear. Jack Geary now picked it up. He was sweet by hands. He gave it there to Dorrington. Dorrington the back door to a teammate. They work it nicely. And now the Dogs off half back. We'll slow it down, and it's a long kick to the wing outer side.
Up they go, contest. Putting himself in it was Mark Lou. Couldn't take the mark. Loose ball. Harper's got it for the Hawks. He's tackled to the ground. Umpire says no prior opportunity. Give it to me. I'll ball it up. Right in front of the scoreboard. Peter Moroney wing. The great man will be honoured this evening at the Dogs Legends induction night. But meanwhile, back here, there's a big contest happening at Wade Street. Ball up. Up they went. Compton might have just got a fingernail to it. Kick out of the congestion. Went straight up in the air. It was far enough, said the umpire. And he's paid a mark still on the wing to Collins of the Hawks.
Collins goes to half forward. Now it's Draper. He picks it up. They're just sharing it around through Adam Baird. Adam Baird to half forward. Good, strong, hard lead. Finds Jaden Burke. He'll swing and go into the pocket. Up they'll go. They'll set themselves. Cooper at the front of the pack. He disco dances around a player and then gets onto his right. It's a short ball. He must have been a little bit tired because it was just an underground one. They're still alive, but picked up by Collins of Eaglehawk. He'll swing it outside 50. They'll work it through Sam Thompson and he'll kick it to half forward.
Goes long over the top. Harper's got the mark and a little bit of space. Plays on. Goes to not. Can the mark? No, not taken. But he gets the crumb. Turns on the left foot. That's an absolute ripping goal for the Hawks. Well done. Not has put it through, and that was terrific. So the Hawks get the lead back. They get a 3-4-22. The Doggies are 2-8-20. We've played just on 8 and a bit minutes in the second term. That is thanks to Aussie disposals.
I think Braden Dorrington will be a little bit disappointed with that because they were up on the top of 50 and Sean Knott just snuck out behind, be able to get that kick in. And by the time they could get back to force the contest, the ball was nearly in his hands. Able to bring it to ground, get onto that foot and snap it beautifully. So really well done by Sean Knott. And, well, it's a goal apiece in the second quarter now, and they've got one against the Breeze Jock.
I'll tell you what's interesting, though. The flag is fluttering, and it's all over the place, the flag. But they seem to be kicking it just as long against it, don't they?
Yeah, just swinging a lot, that's all.
Yeah.
So out of the middle, Tibbet won it, but his kick was smothered. Geez, we've got a close one on our hands. It promises to be the best game of the season so far. Tibbet goes to Sam Thompson of Eaglehawk. He'll centre the ball into the middle, looking for McPhee. Couldn't find him. Now the Dogs through Geary. Couldn't pick it up. Hommelhofer's there. He's tackled just forward of centre, and it is a ball that's just said by the umpire, give it to me, and we'll throw it up. So just forward of centre now for Golden Square. Dogs are doing well here. Compston couldn't quite clear it. It falls to his feet, and they're all tied up again halfway between the centre and half forward, and we'll do it all again. So it's the Hawks 3-4-22. They are leading the Dogs 2-8-20. A 2-point margin, full-on fresh footy.
Yeah, nothing in this contest so far. Up they go. Morecambe got his hands to it first. Went out to a teammate. That was Barrett. Hand pass. Over his shoulder was poor. Intercepted by Hommelhoff. His hand pass to a teammate wasn't good either. Play on the call. Now it's worked to half forward for the Hawks. And another pack develops. And again, the umpire will come in and ball it up. They've just not steadied yet, these sides. They're missing targets. But gee, the pressure's big out there. There's the ball up. Compston, Tibbet got that one down. Dogs pinch it, kick around the body. Bouncing ball, went over the head of Rosengren at the back. Chance down there for the Hawks to take it. Miles, he goes wide to Tibbet, took
It's got to be 50. He took the mark and then he was tackled.
And the umpire has said...
And he's still wrestling with him, Liam Barrett. That has to be 50.
No. Tibbet's been paid the mark.
I'll have a listen to the Eaglehawk faithful.
50. They're not happy, Cam.
I think they have every right not to be. I know we don't like to criticise umpires, but geez.
So Tibbet from the wing for the Hawks. Goes direct to half forward. Went over the head of the leading Knott. Hand pass out was good. Taken by McPhee to the hot spot. Where have they got some numbers? Chance for Saunders to take it. Kick around the body by Saunders for the Hawks. Minor score. Margin goes up. Shoots up to 3 points in favour of the Borough. They're 3-5-23, Doggies 2-8-20, and we have played just on 9 minutes in this second term, thanks to Holden, Colorado and Poyser Holden.
Wade Street, bathed in sunshine, but there's darkening clouds to the south, so we might get some. Jack Geary kicked it into the back pocket, found a teammate who now drives it long to half forward, but at the back of the pack, Holmes for Eaglehawk. Sweeps a handball to Brendan Tanner. Probably should have took off with that footy and didn't, and he lost it. Now it's a chance for Golden Square, but good work by Thompson of Eaglehawk. Sam Thompson to half forward. He's got a hard lead to Saunders. Saunders wheels and goes inside forward 50, looking for Knott. It's a poor kick, tracks towards the boundary line and tumbles over the line, 48 out from goal. So it's the Hawks by 3 points. It's 23, playing the Dogs 20. 10 minutes in the second, full-on fresh footy.
Riley Saunders running with the full headband around the bandaged up head, so he must have had a knock in the first quarter, I'd imagine.
He did, and Sean Williams gave a strong lead then and had 15 metres on his opponent. Wasn't happy when Saunders didn't go to him. There's the throw-in. Plenty of numbers hunting the footy, just on forward 50 for the Hawks. It was taken by Saunders. He threw it on the boot and he's found a teammate. Hawks mark, 30 metres out directly in front. And it's the guy that came into the side to replace the injured Tim Hill, Lucas Cagavelio. And please don't ring up if that's not right, but the youngster will line up. Believe he's an under-18 player. Probably his first senior game.
It is definitely his first senior game.
And lining up to see if he can kick his first goal in senior football. Cagavelio lines up, goes for home, kicks it like a veteran, straight over the hat of the goal umpire for full points, and the Hawks get another. They go to 4-5-29, the Doggies 2-8-20, 11 minutes into the second term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
We call Eaglehawk a lot this year, and I like to get to the under-18s game and have a look at some of the future players. And last week, 2 weeks ago, he was a player that really stood out to me in that under-18s game against South Bendigo. And then he also played well against Sandhurst as well. So he's been given his opportunity, gets his first senior goal. Well done to the young fella.
I was in the club rooms earlier, and of course they call him Kaka. Why wouldn't they?
I'm guessing that's got something to do with his name, Johnny.
Absolutely.
Well, I could just call him Lucas.
Back in the middle, full-on fresh footy. Compston won the tack again for the Dogs, but it's all with Eaglehawk. Brendan Tanner collected the footy. Tried to don't argue and got one too high. I like it when the umpire calls that because he tried to defend off Dustin Martin's style and got him under the chin. Has the umpire called advantage here?
No, Jack Geary tried to take the advantage, banged it inside. Trav Baird went to ground and tried to get a free kick, and the umpire said, well, the ball's not even in play, Trav, so settle down and it'll come all the way back to Drew Barrett.
So Drew Barrett, he's got his elbow heavily bandaged, his left elbow, smack bang in the centre of Wade Street. It's a long high ball. It'll go shallow inside forward 50. Miles did well defensively, got a fist to it. Sock it off the ground there by, was it Rosengreen? Couldn't get a boot to it. Picked up by Tibbard of Eaglehawk, sends it beyond 50. But Compson is there, clever tap. Sam Thompson intercepted there for Eaglehawk. He coughed it up. They're just playing, giving it to each other left, right and centre as the ball goes inside forward 50. A mark has been taken by Jaden Burke and he'll line them up for a goal. Not much angle to speak of. We'll get a pretty close look at it.
Yeah, I think Sam Thompson might have heard a voice and threw the handball out to the voice, and that voice came from a Golden Square player. It was a nice kick inside forward 50 and found Jaden Burke.
They were just giving it up left, right and centre to each other, weren't they? They were playing kick to kick or handball to handball. Burke starts at left, which he should have, but the Breeze didn't get it on that occasion, just snuck in for a little one. So the Dogs go for 2-9-21, 4-5-29 Hawks, 14 in the second, full-on fresh footy thanks to Priority One Property.
And you'd think if anyone's going to have an expert at kicking the ball with a bit of breeze, it'd have to be Jaden Burke playing a bit of footy down at Williamstown, of course, with the sea breeze coming straight onto the ground down there at Williamstown.
If you wanted to be super critical of Jaden Burke, and you wouldn't because he's a terrific footballer, but sometimes he's kicking, he can get those games where he's off early and it stays off for the game.
We'll give him the fool's pardon today with that win, because normally the last few kicks where he started it, that would have swung, but on that occasion it didn't.
So the ball's gone out onto the road down there at the Bendigo City end. They've had to recall into the second ball.
Oh no, there's the day's profits gone.
They've given the ball to Riley McIver, who's ran the ball about 40 metres before he's kicked it inside, so he'll be stuffed before he gets back to his position, but we'll play on.
He'll be tired as well.
Hawks to bring it back into play. A kick towards half-back, can't be marked. 40 metres out from the Dogs' goal, they come up with it. Drew Barrett, kick across the body, high, front of the goal square, plenty up, no one could take the mark. Stolen by Barrett again, who followed up beautifully, shot at goal. Little one, 1 point. Doggies, 2-10. Hawks, 4-5, halfway through the second term. Good contest, except maybe for the kicking for goal. You blokes have been apologists for them all day, though, because of a bit of breeze.
Full-on fresh footy. Miles now sends it beyond 50 for Eaglehawk. Goes to the back of the pack. Golden Square rebound. Tom Walters is back on the ground. He feeds it off to John Coe. Now the Dogs go inside forward 50. They set themselves. Clayton Holmes did well for Eaglehawk at the back. Offering support was Dill Williams. Contested strong ball here. 48 from goal. Draper now of Eaglehawk. Over to Geary. Geary gives it to a teammate through Ryan Hartley. It's a short pass, and Golden Square are going to line them up for another one directly in front. And the player with the footy will be Brinsmead.
It was a high ball from Geary, but Brinsmead read out and he was strong on it, but they're the ones that sometimes can put a player under a bit of pressure for that player coming through, but there was no one from Eaglehawk coming to really impact him. So,
all right, let's just kick it straight through the goals. Don't worry about starting at left. The flags say otherwise. He started left, won't make the distance. To the back of the pack, Sam Thompson sees it through for Eaglehawk, and it's another minor score. So the Dogs go to 2-11-23, Hawks 4-5-29, full on fresh footy, 16 in the second.
Playing on from the kick out was good, went straight to McGlashan, almost centre of the ground. He goes wide. Homeloff's got it. Plays on quickly. The target was McPhee.
No.
He's missed him by an absolute street.
sorry, Jock, I think the target might have been the pool there because that's where it nearly ended up.
Was it out on the full?
Yep, out of bounds on the full.
Square bloke might have got the free kick. He's got to go and get it himself. He could do a couple of laps while he's over there at the pool.
Had to take his shorts off and jump into his bathers. And
I think he'd do breaststroke. So the Dogs have got it in the back pocket. We've played 16 minutes into the second term, and it's 2-11 Golden Square, 4-5 Eaglehawk.
Is there any water in the pool? Well, it doesn't look like there is from here.
Long kick to half back, and it comes off hands, and it'll be a throw in. So doing the attacking here now is Eaglehawk. No water in the pool, but there might be later because it's darkening skies.
I know there was in summer, Cam, but I don't know about now.
So again, waiting for the footy. The umpire, the boundary umpire's got it now. He'll throw it in on half forward for Eaglehawk. Good contest. Compston again won the tap. It's good work to the outer side. Sue takes possession of this. It will be Eaglehawk. It's now a long, Golden Square. Inside forward 50. Bouncing footy. Cooper's in the area. Keep your eye on him. He's a good player, but it's a kick beyond 50 now. Half back flank. Barrett tracks the football. Williams is there. Tibbett now. Gives it to McIver, back to Tibbett. Tibbett runs. It's an awkward-looking ball, looking for Hommelhoff. Sean Williams is there, collects it at 50, just shovels the ball, and off half-back, the Golden Square team are going to rebound. It comes out to Draper.
Dorrington was under the pump, but he got it to Draper well. He wants support and gets it. The Dogs move to half-forward, taken by Rosengren. Inboard to Mark Lou. Turns, steadies, goes for home and finds a teammate. Barrett has taken the mark. 40 metres out on a slight angle. Probably.
I think that's Trav Baird, Jock.
The best passage to play. Is it Trav Baird? Tis too. Probably the best passage to play for the Dogs today.
With a mark like that, Trav Baird, he's a very strong
Well,
grab.
he got an opportunity, didn't he? He led well. He just had that half a step of a break, but it was good work. And the kick for goal is a shocker.
He started at left too, did you say that?
Just put it through for a minor score, Baird.
I was about to say that Brenton Conforti's done a superb job on Travis Baird so far, but he just was able to take the strong grab, and I don't think you can defend that when they're so strong above head.
Dogs to 2-12, Hawks are 4-5.
It's when the wind's like this, you probably need to put that away, kicking it to the left or kicking it to the right, and just kick to the centre, because it's just too hard to grab, to judge, because certainly that's what happened on that occasion. Now we're on half back. Dill Williams will run and give to Sam Harper. Casually kicks it to the wing.
Good kick.
It was. He finds Bateson. Bateson, broadcast side. On the left. He'll set it high, looking for Knott. Shallow inside forward 50. It did defensively well, Lee, for the Dogs. Then it ends up with Coe. Coe to Mark Clue by hand. Then it's a long ball to the outer side wing. They'll set themselves. There's a strong mark. And Adam Baird takes it in front of his eyes.
So Skinny Baird's got it on the wing, outer side. Pops it up high. The target was Barrett.
Golden Square
Couldn't
player
get to him. It's
flat
gone
on
over
his,
the line and out of bounds.
Golden Square
On the
player
full
flat on
penalty
his,
free kick.
Yeah, Golden Square player flat on his back just in the centre. He's very slowly getting up. I'm just trying to see who that is. Will Lee's gone over to make sure he's okay. Back to his feet now. It is Mark Clue, but he was down for quite a period of time there.
Hawks bring it back into the corridor. Mark taken by Bateson. 25 metres from the goal, he's defending. Gee, went straight down the line, worked okay, and Harper's taken the mark. Harper goes short again to Collins, under the pump, lost it. Now a chance for the Hawks through Conforti. He can't take it. Dogs will get it back. Skinny Baird turns, kicks around the body. Burke a big fly in front, and he's got the mark. Burke has got the mark, 20 out, directly in front. And that was a terrific grab. Well, I tell you what, he had to beat Baird, his teammate, and a couple of Hawks defenders, and he did it beautifully, Jaden Burke. But his kick, he hasn't kicked one yet. I think this will be his third or fourth deliberate shot at goal. From 25 metres out, directly in front, Burke kicks a goal, and the Dogs get one. Boy, that was much needed, and gives them the lead. So Jaden Burke kicks his first goal, and the Doggies go to 3-12-30, leading the Hawks 4-5-29, 20 gone, second term, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
They've had a lot of the ball up there in this quarter Golden Square, but they haven't been able to put it on the scoreboard, so justice for a little bit there. Nice goal from Jaden Burke, so had a couple of attempts, one out of bounds on the full, one behind, and now he gets the goal.
Full on fresh footy, out to 11 points here. In fact, it's 1 point. 1 point here. Where did I get 11 points from? How's my maths going? Up they go. Compton wins the tap again against Knott. Sam Harper of Eaglehawk overran the footy. Out of side, Jack Geary dives in after the football. Showed some real desperation. He gave it to Compton. Compton kicks slews. Good work in there by Cacaviello for Eaglehawk, who's come in this afternoon for his first game, and we'll ball it up.
We talk about how's your math going, Johnny, but it is 15 scoring shots to 9, and the side that's had 9's 1 point up.
You know, they say, Johnny, I don't need to learn algebra because I'm never going to go there. Ball up, centre of the ground, chance for the Hawks. Collins takes it, does a nice little turn, then kicks wide. Target out there for him was Dylan Williams. Can he take it? He can. Turns, got some space. Little pass towards half forward to the other Collins. This one is Brody. He turns, goes long inside forward 50. Not a good kick. Dorrington over the top. The spoil was good. Goes wide, gives it to Draper. Draper turns one way, then goes back to Dorrington. Where are they going? Back inside the defensive 50. They go wide. Mark taken by Will Lee. He's got time. Long big bomb. Out to Skinny Baird. He takes the mark on the wing. Runs past the scoreboard. Has a bounce. Goes to half forward to Compton. Playing his 150th. The big fella marks right on 50.
He give it off by hand, and it's a long kick inside forward 50, looking for Travis Baird. He's at the top of the square. Oh, picked up by Mark Clue. He'll go around the body, over the shoulder, and pops it through. Geez, that was a good bit of ball movement for Golden Square. So the Dogs now will go to 4-12-36. The Hawks are 4-5-29, 22 and a half into the second. Thanks to Holden Colorado at Poyser Holden, full-on fresh footy.
That was really well done from Alex Marklew. I thought maybe he was a little bit critical that he didn't give the handball off to Draper in a good position there, but he was able to put the ball over his shoulder and kick his second goal for the quarter. So now the Dogs can get a little bit of a stretch here, and I think it's a huge 5-7 minutes before half-time in terms of Eaglehawks' perspective on this game.
Mark Clue with some X factor, no doubt about that. Ball up, centre of the ground. Up they go, not in ruck for the Hawks. One down by Compston. Taken for the Hawks though by Saunders. He just throws it on the boot. Goes high, wide to the outer side. Half forward Hawks. Who can get it? Ball was picked up by Shelton for the Dogs. Umpires picked out a free kick though. It's going to go back and go to Golden Square at half back. The player to take it's going to be Humphrey. Goes with a little pass, that was okay, but then they tried to play him with a hand pass to Coe. He was dispossessed. Hawks win it back. They go back towards half forward. Coe got back into position, took it. Then he goes to Morecambe, who's marked still at half back out of side. So up and down, keepings off, kick to kick. Hawks through Morecambe. Dogs through Morecambe, long kick to half forward, but it was taken by Miles. Goes to the centre of the ground, couldn't find a target. They go to ground, and the umpire comes in to ball it up. Just a couple of mistakes now and then, pressure causing that.
Absolutely, it is. 29 playing 36. The Dogs have the lead by 7. Full on fresh footy. Out of side. Compston squeezes a handball over the top. It's ineffective. Adam Baird's there, but a whistle on play. Advantage to Sam Thompson on the wing of Eaglehawk. Puts it inside forward 50. Juggling mark there by Harper. Geez, he had a lot of it. Still spills free. And contested footy out of side. Tibbet doing well for Eaglehawk. Put on a tackle. Harper at ground level. Shovels the ball out in the direction of Tanner. It's a quick kick to the square. Will Leo overruns it for Golden Square and just sees it over the line for a minor score. So Eaglehawk, they are now 4-5-29. Dogs are 4-12-36. Full on fresh footy. We've gone 25 in the second.
Kick out okay to Dorrington, who plays on, goes towards the wing. Can't find a teammate. The target was Rosengren, but the boundary line was too close and it's rolled over and out of bounds for a throw-in.
Will Lee hit that points post before, and I think it's still shaking any more harder than he hit it. It would have nearly fallen over.
He got a bit nervous, I think, because he got half volleyed by the foot and he thought, gee, where's it going to go? From the throw-in, not won it down. Good work. Rove by Collins for the Hawks. Throws it on the boot to half forward. Plenty up. No one could take the mark at the back. Chance for Shelton to take it in defence. He's under the pump. Lost it. 40 out from the Hawks goal. They go to ground. Umpire will ball it up. So now the Hawks have enjoyed some time inside forward 50 for the last few minutes. They trail by 7 points. But gee, the doggies, 4-12, boys. Don't know about that. So there's the ball up as we approach half time. 25 gone. Flicked up, no one could get it out. Skinny Baird on hands and knees. Got it back to Will Lee. His hand pass okay to Dorrington. Hemmed in the back pocket. Got a hand pass off to Hartley. He's locked up. Umpire says ball up. No prior opportunity. So still inside forward 50 for the Hawks. It'll be balled up about 45 minutes out. Mate, what?
There's a bit of push and shove going on down there.
Push and shove.
The umpire just grabs it quickly, throws it in the air. That's good work. Full on fresh footy. I like it when the umpires take control there. Might be a dog's free kick trying to burst through. There will be Liam Barrett.
Well, Braden Welsh came in from the side there. He's seen something he didn't like and went to fly the flag for Golden Square a little bit there.
Barrett, deep in his defensive zone, back pocket, swimming pool side. Sends it wide to the Peter Moroney wing. They'll set themselves. Holmes did well for Eaglehawk at the back of the pack. A big fist. And sees it over the line. So it's the Dogs by 6 points. 4-12-36 leading in the Hawks. 4-6-30. Full on fresh footy.
Traditionally, Jock, there is always a bit of push and shove and a bit of rivalry between the two sides. They've never really gotten along, have they? The old Square and Borough.
Push and shove isn't what it was 25 years ago, Johnny.
Good old chin.
Good old chin. That's right.
Whack.
There's the throw in on the wing, out of side. Chance for the Hawks to Collins. He was collared, but he got rid of it in time. Hawks move it to half forward. Pack develops, then it's squirted out. Dorrington went through beautifully. Good pickup. Got some support down there from Barrett. Barrett went backwards to a teammate who kicks the Dogs to half forward. Down there they want Rosengren. He's got 2 to beat, but he gets some support. Taps it along. Chance for Morecambe. He can't do much with it. Boundary line too close, and it's over and out of bounds. Half forward for the Doggies, out of sight of the ground.
6 point margin. Full on fresh footy. Still sunshine here at Wade Street. It's been a good contest here. Poor kicking, low scoring at the moment. The ball will spill to Miles of Eaglehawk. Tried to run through the pack. Morecambe ties him up. Did well for the Dogs.
Gee, he did try and run through, didn't he?
70 out from goal for Golden Square. We'll ball it up. Kicking to the city end, not against Compston, the latter one of the Dogs. He's been super this afternoon, as he always is. Ball spills out to McPhee, feeds it over the top, put a teammate under pressure. Jack Geary emerges for the Dogs, over the top by hand and finds Liam Barrett. Liam Barrett now inside forward 50, but Clayton Holmes intercepts for Eaglehawk.
Goes to Collins. Mark taken, that's Brodie. He goes wide to Homeloff. Homeloff at half back, little bit of space. Now he turns. Wants something deep across half forward. Goes down the line, can't find a teammate. The target there was Lucas Cacavelio, but he couldn't just take the mark, and it's over and out of bounds for a throw-in.
I think the most nervous person, Jock, with the bit of push and shove would have to be the Golden Square president, because I'm led to believe they're auctioning off the jumpers after the game for the presidents, the Hall of Fame, so hopefully he wouldn't want to rip them. Eaglehawk player down on the far side of the ground as well. He's got 4 trainers around him. I'm just trying to pick up who that is out there.
Meanwhile, the ball's moved back to the wing. Chance down there for McIver. He was bowled over. Oh, the umpire said he's caught with the football. Good tackle, and Jack Geary's got the free kick for the Dogs from the wing.
Sends it long. Miles did well. A big fist. Spills in the direction of Golden Square through Sam Brinsmead. He'll centre the ball top of the square. Hommelhoff runs onto it. Defensively, puts it on the boot. It didn't matter because the siren here at Wade Street for half-time.
That player I mentioned is Riley Saunders, and he's still in the hands of trainers at the moment. So siren when he tried to jog off, and now he's just back down. Looks to be holding that left knee by the looks, Johnny.
So it's half-time here. It's the Dogs 4-12-36. They are leading 4-6-30. It's a 6-point margin. And, yeah, he does look sore. But, Cam, that game, look, we've kicked 4 goals apiece. Might be a shoulder. Just keep your eye on him. He looks a little bit distressed. But how have you seen is it the pressure or is it the wind or is it both that's causing this low scoring and lack? And also has been getting a lot of hard ball. And Riley Saunders, right up until probably a couple of minutes late into that second term, he looks injured. So
he hasn't come back on the ground either, Johnny.
The scores here are 4-12-36 the Dogs. The Hawks are 4-6-30, a 6-point margin. Full on fresh footy for the third term. Here's Jock Clark.
Anybody's game, and it's been a ripper. Ball up, centre of the ground. Taken down by Tibbett. Could he find a teammate? He could. Dogs might get it out of the middle low. Can they? No. Locked up. Umpire's picked out a free kick. And it'll go to Geary, the skipper of Golden Square. Wastes no time. Goes long into the forward pocket. Couldn't find a teammate. Coming out and thumping it away in defence was Conforti. And it's gone over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in. So the ball to be thrown in the forward pocket for Golden Square. They lead by 6 points so far early in this third term from the throw-in. Tippett over the back, judged it well, found a teammate, Collins, grabbed it, was tackled, lost it, free kick, Dogs, advantage paid, shot on goal is full points. Early goal to the Dogs. It was taken by Skinny, was it Skinny Baird? And kicked through, and the Dogs have got one early, stretching their lead to 2 goals. They go to 5-12-42. The Hawks are 4-6-30. That is thanks to Priority One Property.
Fresh around the grounds quarter time score in the North Central Football League. It is Sea Lake Nandaly Tigers 7-2-44. Witchy-Proof Narraport 1-2-8. Really nice goal that from Adam Baird back here at Wade Street in Golden Square as well.
Full on fresh footy back into the middle. Compston of Golden Square won the tap and just overran the footy. Ball spills wide to Collins of Eaglehawk to half forward. Harper is the back of the pack. He turns around the corner. He's got a hard lead and he fired Bateson hard into the forward pocket and he'll line them up 40 out from goal.
He was pretty good in that first half. I thought Justin Bateson was super in the first quarter. His second quarter probably faded out a little bit, but he's still doing some really good things. Got the knee heavily strapped as well, same as what he had last week.
So good start here by both teams.
We'll take his best from here, Johnny.
Yeah, the man on the mark stands at about 38.54 metres. Let's see what he does with this ball. He labours with it. It goes wide. You could tell that he wasn't confident, and it's a minor score. So the Hawks are 4-7-31. The Dogs are 5-12-42. We've gone 2 minutes in the third. Full-on fresh footy, thanks to Priority One Property.
Thrum brings it back into play. Oh, went short, and the ball didn't get there, so it's turned over. The Hawks will get another chance. Kick-in board is good, and the mark is taken by Cacavelio.
Well, it was either going to be a downfield free kick for Hommelhoff, or the mark was taken by Cacavelio, so he'll get paid the mark and go back for the goal, because as he kicked at Hommelhoff, he'd got rid of it, and then he was slung to ground. So free kick or a mark, and umpire said we'll give the mark to Cacavelio, and he kicked his first goal in senior football in that second quarter. See if he can bag his second.
Lines up for the Hawks. Directly in front from 45 metres. Goes for home and kicks a point.
Kickable too.
Yeah, it was kickable. There have been a few missed today that have been kickable. The Hawks go to 4-8-32. 10 points behind the Dogs. Golden Square 5-12-42. We're just 3 minutes inside the third quarter.
Jake Thrum played on from full-back, then sent it to half-back. Swooping on the footy off hands was Liam Barrett. Did well and streams up to the wing inside forward 50, but it's a wayward kick. And Conforti, who came into the team this afternoon for Eaglehawk, intercepts. It's a checks mark, sends it wide, outer side wing to Brodie Collins. Brodie Collins comes corridor to Dill Williams. Feeds off a handball. Intercepted by Adam Baird. Adam Baird now of Golden Square to Trav Baird. Had a lot of it. Couldn't quite mark it. 40 out from goal. Swooped on it there for Golden Square by Rosengren. Into the goal square. Overrunning the footy. Probably should have kicked it was Jaden Burke. Couldn't. Butters up his own ball. Won it and came from nowhere and popped it through. And doesn't he like it?
Gee, that was good.
Wow.
Well, it was bad, then it was good.
He looked like he'd absolutely given up the ghost, then just came from nowhere. The ball was still on play, and it's not over till it's over, is it? And he popped it through. So the Dogs, 6-12-48 to the Hawks, 4-8-32, full-on fresh footy.
Fresh around the grounds in the MCDFNL, it is Talbot 2 goals 4 to Newstead 0 goals 1 at quarter time. Malden 3-1-19. Trentham yet to score as well at quarter time in that one at Bill Woodford Reserve.
Well, terrific goal for the Dogs. 2 in a row to start the third term. They've come out full of life. The margin out to 16 points. Ball up, centre of the ground. Chance for the Hawks, though. They get it and win it. Kick towards Harper at half forward. Can't take it. Thumped away in defence by Hartley. Towards the boundary line. Can they keep it in? They can't. Hartley went again, but he couldn't beat the boundary line. And it'll be thrown in right in front of the scoreboard. On the Peter Moroney wing. It's the Doggies, 6-12-48. The Hawks, 4-8-32. Up they go. Over the back. Tippett won it down. Couldn't put a teammate on the end of it. Plenty in there seeking the football. The Dogs win it out. They go along with a hand pass. Chance for Miles to take it in defence for the Hawks. Just got a kick away. That was good. They work it to half forward. Contest. No one could take it. At ground level. Here they come again. Chance for them to take it through Gillingham. His kick inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Thumped away. Good defence by Will Lee. Cameron, did you get that? Now the Dogs come out of defence. Marking contest, but there's a whistle on play.
A free kick for down the ground against Braden Welsh, who was pushed after he got rid of that one, Jock.
So free to Mark Clue. He'll take it for the Dogs just outside defensive 50.
Full-on fresh footy, third term. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. He'll go a long way backwards to Dorrington. Dorrington Dogs, short pass to Thrum. Defensive 50. Probably hasn't been as influential as in other games, Thrum. Coming off a best on-ground performance in the Interleague. A long left footer for Compston. Front position, good strong mark. The pressure from Holmes from behind didn't upset him. Defensive side, centre wing, Compston. Broadcast side, no sign of rain. Long kick, they'll set themselves. Jack Geary is there to the back of the pack. Conforti takes a strong contest. Well, in fact, he was uncontested. His kick is smothered and he'll get a 50. Must have stepped over the line, one of the players.
Gee.
And it'll be Conforti who will have the 50.
Fresh around the grounds, quarter time in there. North Central, Wedderburn 1-4-10, Sonata 2-3-15.
So Conforti with the footy. Forward of the centre of the ground. Goes inside forward 50.
Who's he
Couldn't
kicking
find
to?
a teammate. Ordinary ball. Crumbed by Holmes though. He wants support. Goes back to McIver. Back to Holmes. They've worked back towards half back now. And it's gone inboard back to Conforti.
Wow.
Where he started from. Gone in a circle. So Conforti's got it. Looking for a way into the forward zone. Goes to a congested half forward. No one could take the mark. Coming up the crumb though was Dylan Williams. That was good play. Little chip inside forward 50 of the Hawks didn't work. And the mark is taken by Jack Geary at centre half back for Golden Square.
Full on fresh footy. He'll spread it wide. He'll look for Sam Thompson. Not Sam Thompson. Sam Thompson was at the rear of the pack. It was Dorrington. Now Dorrington. Those two don't look alike. He's got the shoulders heavily bandaged. It's a long high ball that's gone 50 out of side wing. Mark Clue swoops on it for the Dogs. Runs to half forward. Now he's sent it to the top of the square. It's 1-on-1. So he'll win this contest. Miles does well for Eaglehawk. They need to be careful. Rosengren on the bottom of the pack as well. Ties it up. Might have dragged it back in, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt, and at the top of the goal square for Golden Square will ball it up.
He had nowhere to go but drag it back in because he was outnumbered. Cooper was there to lend support to Burke, so well played by Miles. So ball up, 15 metres out from the Doggies' goal. Up they go. Compston wins it down. Kick out of the pack. Went more height than length, and there's a Golden Square mark, I think. Was it long enough to be paid? It is. The Dogs have got a mark and we'll have a shot at goal. 35 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Is it Morecambe?
Yeah, it's Morecambe.
Hamish Morecambe with the footy.
It's been relatively quiet too today.
So he should have no trouble with the journey, but they've all had trouble with the accuracy, and that is exactly the same. Straight through, ordinary looking kick for a minor score. Margin out to 17 points in favour of Golden Square, and we've played 8.5 minutes of time. Third quarter, thanks to Priority One Property.
from the kick out from fullback for Gillingham. It ended up out of side, and 51 out from goal goes over the boundary line.
Fresh around the ground score from Castlemaine. They're 3-4-22. Sandhurst 4-6-30.
Full on fresh footy. Up they go, Constant. Good to see if Angus Monfries was playing, because he was certainly under a cloud with a hamstring. Adam Baird now, front of the pack, couldn't mark it. Eaglehawk under pressure through Conforti, banged it on the boot. Just will spill to Dill Williams. He's tackled well, Eaglehawk. Tibbett offered support, he grabbed it, handballs it forward, out of side, hard up against the line, tumbles over. John Coe did well for the Dogs, and we'll throw it in. So it's 6-13, yes, 6-13-49 Dogs. Hawks 4-8-32. Full on fresh footy, 10 minutes have gone in the third.
Good pressure all around the ground from Golden Square, because the Hawks just not allowed to execute their skills as well as normal. Meanwhile, the Dogs win it back and they go inside forward 50. Marking contest. Now Hood could take it at the back. Almost picked up on the run by Mark Clue. Gets it back one way, then the other. Turns into the goal square off hands. Chance for Burke. He's collared. Lost it. Gee, was he grabbed high. Taken by Trav Beard, who turns on the left foot and kicks a goal for the Doggies. Well, they had just had too many troops, didn't they, boys? And another one for the Doggies. And I think the warning bells are sounding for Eaglehawk at the moment. The Dogs, Golden Square, go to 7-13-56. Eaglehawk 4-8-32. Easily the biggest lead of the game so far. The Dogs looking all right. That is thanks to Aussie Disposals.
Yeah, certainly you're right, Jock. I think the alarm bells will be starting to ring down there for Eaglehawk. That's 3 in a row now to Golden Square to start this third quarter. And Eaglehawk, they've had a bit of chances going inside forward 50, but they haven't been able to execute. And Golden Square, they've got a couple of lucky goals, a couple of snacks over the shoulder, but it's what they need to do.
Eaglehawk haven't kicked a goal since the 11.5 minute mark of the second. So in effect, they've kicked the last 5. The last 2 of the second term and the first 3 of this third term. They're on half forward now, Golden Square. Sam Thompson for Eaglehawk overran the footy. Trying to burst through the pack there was Drew Barrett of Golden Square. Holmes, a don't argue for Eaglehawk, off half back. Banged an awkward one on the left. There's nobody there except for Cacaviello. Eaglehawk, he got up. Oh, he lost the ball. Still on half back. Eaglehawk, a nervous Eaglehawk through Tanner. Morecambe did well for Golden Square. And we'll have a ball up.
Fresh around the grounds down at the Kyneton Showgrounds. They're 6-5-41. South Bendigo 2-6-18. And Gisborne 5-2-32. Maryborough are 3-2-20.
So the ball up just outside forward 50 for the Dogs again. Morecambe through the traffic, threw it on the boot. Found a teammate. Barrett picks it up. 45 out, goes for home. Bared the contest. That's Trav. Just couldn't hang on to it, and it's off hands and through for a minor score.
3 behinds in the game now for Drew Barrett.
So the Hawks, backs to the wall a little bit at the moment. And the Dogs are really, you feel, just starting to press up well. So the kick out from Collins is okay, into the pocket. And the mark is taken by Tyler Miles. Miles has got it in defence for the Hawks. Long way from home. Goes back across the ground. Maybe that's okay. Finds a teammate. Collins takes it, goes short. Now they play on, back in the direction there of, was that Thompson who took it, lost it, turned it over, chance for Oscar Madden to take it for the Hawks, out of defence, goes wide, wants not at half forward, can he take it? He can, he gets some support. McPhee turned it straight over, kicked it to a Golden Square player, they go back to half forward and Barrett marks for the Doggies.
Yeah, and away they go here now, the Dogs. It's a long ball inside forward, 50 to the top of the square. Oh, Cooper socketed it off the ground. He had a big chance then, just overran it, and probably an opportunity missed because it's rushed through for a minor score. So Dogs 7-15-57, Hawks 4-8-32, 13 minutes in the third, full on fresh footy, thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Fresh around the grounds in the MCDFNL, thanks to Norm Jetkin. Harcourt are 2 goals, 1. Carisbrook 1 goal, 2. So the Apple Eaters on top in that one at quarter time against Carisbrook.
Tell you what, they were lucky then, the Hawks again. They brought it in quickly. The kick was almost intercepted, but they had to go back because the umpire hadn't finished waving his flag. Does he have to?
No.
Well, it was brought back, don't know why, some reason. Anyway, another kick out. And a little one, close to the boundary line. Now what's going on? Is it no, out of bounds. And to be thrown back into play. So the Hawks didn't clear it all that far, and it'll be brought back into play. Throw in. Deep in the Dogs' forward pocket. Up they go. Over the back. Tibbett got it down. Can he find a teammate? He can. Worked wide. Chance for Collins. Kick off the ground's okay. Towards half-back. Favoured the Dogs, though, and they've got numbers around the contest. They're really starting to get their tails up as they turn and go long back towards half-forward. Nobody could take the mark. Loose just outside defensive 50 for the Hawks, and they force it over the line and out of bounds. They can get their breath back while it's thrown back in. At the moment, it's 4-8-32 Eaglehawk, 14 minutes into the third term, and the Dogs are... Oh, look at that. 8-13.
Yeah, well, Jack Geary was about to stream into an open goal then, Jock, while you were talking about the score, trying to figure it out.
They put up the winning number in the raffle.
Yeah, and the umpire plucked out a free kick, otherwise he would have run into an open goal. But I tell you what, if they get the next one, Golden Square, it's over 5 goals. Could be a long way back for Eaglehawk.
Full-on fresh footy, out of side of the ground. Eaglehawk now, can they man a challenge? Is it a long ball inside forward 50? Bateson, he's got a juggling ball. He ran with the fly to the footy. I thought he lost it. He was good enough in the end, showed some composure, and directly in front, 30 out, he'll line them up, and they need this one. They haven't kicked one since the 11.5 minute of the second term.
Fresh around the grounds at Kangaroo Flat, 4 behind, Strathfield say 5-7-37.
These are the goals that can make a difference. They need to sway the momentum. Now, there's been a whistle on play. The umpire's told him to hurry up. And he turned around and looked at the umpire and said, I'm just taking my time having a shot at goal. Give me the 30. Bateson is true. To the city end, it was a big, big goal for Eaglehawk. So now it is at 5-8-38, trailing the Dogs 7-15-57. 16 minutes in the third, thanks to Priority One Property, full-on fresh footy.
Big goal that from Justin Bates, and as you mentioned then, Johnny, a little bit nervy with the mark, but he took the mark, and maybe it's something that can try and spark them back into some action.
First time for a while they've found space inside their forward 50, the Hawks.
Yeah. You looked at the crowd and you could hear them, they're saying he's just banged it inside, they're not Justin Bates and just happened to be there, so it was a lucky kick in the end, but well done, Hawks.
Ball up back in the centre. One down by Tibbett, then tries to do his own roving. Can't. Collins goes in to help him out. That's Jesse. High kick to half forward for the Hawks. Bakeson makes a contest. Couldn't take the football. Plenty of square defenders arrive on the half-back flank out of side. It goes to ground and the umpire will ball it up. So a ball up. Hawks coming again. 2 in a row would be nice for the Hawks. Get them back well into this game. Not that they're out of it. It's only about, 17 points the margin from the ball up. Collins, he's done well. That's Jesse. Won the football. Got a hand pass wide. Hawks have got it just outside forward 50. Poor kick in board. Taken by Mark Lou. Hand pass wide. Goes to Geary. Under the pump. Went with another hand pass. Went wide down there to a teammate. Couldn't find it. The Dogs with numbers in defence though. They go long to the wing out of side. Turnover again to the Hawks. Into the centre. Went to Homeloff. He spreads a hand pass. The target up there is Tibbett. Just on forward 50. Can't take the football. Square defender. Takes it. Turns. Gets Jack Geary as an option wide. Goes to him. And the Dogs out of trouble down the wing with a mark. He's taken by Rosengren.
Yeah, it was through Tom Walters who did well.
Shelton
now back on the wing. Zach Shelton probably tried to do a little bit too much, but the weight of numbers with Golden Square. A long kick to half forward. Cooper. It was a cute little handball to Burke. Burke, he's coughed it up. He's kicked it straight to Conforti of Eaglehawk. And that's a disappointing result. So Conforti will swing it right wide across half back to Not of Eaglehawk. Deep back pocket.
Fresh around the grounds in the MCDFNL, Johnny. A quarter time, Avoca 11 goals, 8. Campbell's Creek yet to score, so looks like another tough day for the Creek.
Not went short by foot to Harper. Back to the defensive top side of the goal square. Harper is nervous. Will handball to Oscar Madden. The old give and go. It's nervous here, Eaglehawk. They'll get away with it. Sean Williams was involved. Gave it back to Harper. Harper put it on the left and it skewed towards the boundary line and bounced right in front of us broadcast side on the true centre wing position. Full on fresh footy. Dogs 7-15-57. The Hawks are 5-8-38 thanks to Priority One Property.
Just not as positive, the ball movement of the Hawks at this stage. The pressure of Golden Square is really telling on them. So there's the throw in on the wing, grandstand side. One down by Morecambe, chance for the Hawks. Can they get clear? They can. Good work. Sean Williams got it to Homoloff. Homoloff goes inside forward 50, marking contest. No one could take it. Will Lee after it in defence, loses his feet. Nobody can pick it up. 40 out from the Hawks goal. Chance for Saunders. He picked it up, was dispossessed. Skinny Baird after it. Got it on the boot. High kick towards half back.
Yeah.
Standing under the footy was Harper. He took it. He was met maybe...
Brinsmead's collected him after he got rid of that.
And they're saying late.
Yeah, it's a 50-metre penalty.
And the umpire agrees and a 50.
The elbow was up there from Brinsmead, and that's very, very borderline to getting a send-off there, I reckon.
Well,
so
it's just dumb, isn't it?
It is very dumb, especially with the way modern footy is. But it's going to be a goal here, you'd hope, to Sammy Harper. It's a short 50.
It was well, the momentum was golden square. You'd be pulling your hair out if you're coaching staff.
Well, Harper doesn't seem to have many ill effects from it as he lines up for goal. He's got to kick it about 40 on a bit of an angle. So Harper for the Hawks to make it 2 in a row. Goes for home and puts it through. So a goal to Sam Harper. That's his second. And a margin back to 13 points. Golden Square 7:15:57. Hawks are 6:8:44. 20 minutes gone. Third term. Thanks to Priority One Property.
Fresh around the grounds in the Heathcote League. It's a bit of a shootout. Half-time, LBU 12-4-76. Jared Bacon has 4. Mount Pleasant 9-7-61. Tropman, Waitman and Bennett all have 2 apiece.
Full-on fresh footy here. We have got the close one. Don't go anywhere. Big contest here at Wade Street. Golden Square versus Eaglehawk. Hall of Fame day and night here for Golden Square, but it's going to be Eaglehawk again through Collins. They've got the momentum now to half forward. Harper is there. Good hard tackling. You can feel the tempo has just risen. And 49 out from goal for Eaglehawk. We'll have another ball up.
I tell you who's dragged the Hawks back into this is Jesse Collins. He's been terrific in this third term.
Geary sharked the ball for Golden Square, gave to Adam Baird. He's tied up, and 51 out from goal. Full on fresh footy. We'll have another ball up.
Just on forward 50 for the Hawks. Not win up. Got it down. There's Collins again. Good hand pass to Harper. Tapped it further afield. Found a teammate. Thompson. He was dragged to the ground, but the Hawks have got the numbers. They go to half forward. And the mark's taken by Bateson. Bateson drives them into the forward pocket. Tibbett at the back. Couldn't take the mark. It goes to Jack Geary. Last line of defence for the Dogs. Switches play. Doesn't work over the top. And it's a Hawks mark. Williams has got it. Is that Dylan Williams?
Yep. Yeah, he went for Draper to Geary, but he just cooked the kick well and truly over his head. And Dylan Williams is standing in the right spot at the right time. So
Williams has taken the mark and he's shaping to have a shot at goal. What's for the shorts? He's pretending, or is he? No, he's going to go the journey from 45 metres, and that's about as bad a kick as you'd want to see. He's put it out of bounds on the full, and free kick, last line of defence. Dorrington will take it for the Dogs. That was a shocker.
Oh, it was.
It wasn't even close to the goals.
No.
Full on fresh footy. Third quarter here. We're in red time. 13-point margin. It's the Dogs. But the momentum has been with Eaglehawk. They've kicked the last 2 after Golden Square had kicked 3. Off half back now, Golden Square. Contested ball. Good mark though, Eaglehawk. Oscar Madden will feed it off to Cacaviello, who's been good. He'll go to Miles by hand now. Miles on the left to Harper. Harper cleverly picked it up with one hand. He's composed, goes to the back door to Hommelhoff. Eaglehawk building, poor kick, and he gives it to Jake Thrum of Golden Square on right half back.
He just meant to kick it to Thrum. I reckon he just lost the colour of the jumper or something.
He did call for it, Thrum, though, didn't he?
So Thrum's got it. Half back for the Dogs, just outside defensive 50. Pops it up, down the wing to a contest. Plenty up, spoilt, loose ball, no one could pick it up. And it's stumped over the line, out of bounds, will have another throw in. So it's tightened up again after the Dogs seem to just get on top of the Hawks for a while.
Isn't this next goal huge though? It could be a 19-point lead or it comes back to single figures. So massive, massive goal this next one.
Fair enough. Up they go. Compston in front. Works it down. Taken down there for the Hawks, though, by Gillingham. Shot it out in the direction of Knott. He's got support. Dylan Williams. Williams from half forward goes into the pocket. Tippett the target. Thumped away from the big fella over and out of bounds. It'll be thrown back into play 40 metres around from the Hawks' goal. Closing on three-quarter time. And it is the Bulldogs leading by 13 points.
Will Lee was important then.
Very good punch that from Will Lee.
Full on fresh footy. Attacking here. Eaglehawk. Tibbett won the tap. Goes to ground level. Jack Geary in hard at the bottom of the pack. Will ball it up 30 out from his defensive goal.
Fresh around the grounds down at Castlemaine. They're 3-7-25. Sandhurst is 6-6-42. And at the Kyneton Showgrounds, they're 8-6-54. South Bendigo 4-7-31.
Inside forward 50. Eaglehawk. Tibbett. A toe poke. Didn't go anywhere. Grabbed quickly by Sean Williams, who put it on the left, went around the body and kicks it out of bounds on the full. So a free kick for Golden Square. Deep in the defensive zone will go to John Coe.
Tell you what, there's a lot down inside the forward 50 for the Hawks at the moment. And a kick across the ground is okay. And the mark is taken down there by Hartley. He goes short. So they work it out of defence, the Dogs, down the outer side to a contest where it's pushed over the line and out of bounds to be thrown back into play.
Johnny's getting invaded by ants.
Yeah, not happy with that lolly I put down there when I was calling. It's covered in ants.
The ants have taken over.
It's wrapped in plastic, though. They can't get in, Johnny, can
No,
they?
one's open.
Fair dinkum, he got it open.
Yeah, let's get back
Strong
to
ants.
Strong ants they are. Back at the footy.
Throw in at half-back for the Dogs. They've worked it down to the wing where there's a congested passage of play and the umpire will ball it up.
57 playing 44. It's the Dogs. Look to build here. Eaglehawk is a soccer off the ground. Harper, who's been influential, soccers it off the ground. Still 55 out from goal. Sam Thompson now receives the ball at 50. It's an awkward ball to the top of the square. They'll set themselves. Big punch defensively. Sean Williams did well. He thought he had a mark. Dished it off by hand to McGlashan, who put it through. Here come Eaglehawk. Didn't they need that? Now we're down to single figures, a 7-point margin. So it's the Hawks 7-8-50, the Dogs 7-15-57. It is red time here, almost three-quarter time, full-on fresh footy thanks to Holden, Colorado, at Poyser Holden.
Fresh around the grounds, Kangaroo Flat 1-5-11, Strathfield say 6-8-44, Gisborne 7-4-46 to Maryborough at 3-3-21.
And again, that
really
passage of play on the ground, getting it out, Cam, was Jesse Collins. Geez, dragged the Borough right back into this contest. 7 points the margin. 28 gone, third term. Back in the centre, umpire. Geez, still nice and sunny, isn't it? I thought someone said rain today. Don't know. What are we paying for that? Ball up centre of the ground. Well done, Skinny Baird. Sharked it beautifully. Kicks inside forward 50 for the Dogs. Can they take it? They can't.
Oh, well done.
Attacked well by Conforti, who throws it on the boot. Bouncing ball into no man's land. Chance for the Dogs. Taken for them down there by Tommy Walters. Goes into the forward pocket. And has kicked it out on the full, hasn't he?
Well, no, the boundary umpire was standing in front of the grandstand and called it out of bounds on the full. I think he's going to be overturned by the central umpire here because that was clearly not out of bounds on the full. It definitely bounced in from where I'm sitting, so it'll be overturned and it'll be thrown back in. The right call will be made.
Fair enough. Throw in. Deep in the forward pocket for the Dogs. Can they get one? Last three have been for the Hawks. Bouncing ball taken by Geary. Hand pass over the top. Wanted Mark Lou. Bowled off the football. Goes again on hands and knees. Can't get it out. Pack develops ball up.
Jeez, there's a bit going on, I tell you, off the ball.
Is there?
Yeah, some serious stuff too. They're not mucking around.
Can I watch that and you watch the... No? So the umpire will ball it up. Have a look at the numbers around the contest. One down by Tibbett, been a good battle in the ruck. Kicked off the ground, went out in the direction of Barrett. He takes it for the Dogs. Got a hand pass off, went to Geary's under the pump. In fact, it wasn't Geary, it was Walters. And what's the umpire going to do? Give Walters a free kick for a high one.
Non-officiating umpire too.
The non-officiating, Johnny. Did Walters cop a bit of treatment?
Yeah, they've all been copping treatment off the ball.
Have
Both
they?
sides, yeah. There's a bit in this.
So Walters, player on the marks, right on forward 50 for the Dogs. Comes in. Scrappy old kick off the boot. But he's found a teammate, hasn't he? It's a golden square mark in the forward pocket. The only player that went for it. Unbelievable. It's a golden square mark, 10 metres out, 45-degree angle. It was taken by Liam Barrett. He turns around, plays on a left foot and kicks a goal. So Barrett kicks his first, and the Dogs get another to take the margin back out to 13 points. 8:15.63 the Dogs, 7:8.50 the Hawks, 28 and a half gone, third term. Thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Yeah, it comes back to Joel Mullen, a bit of undisciplined play there to give away that free kick, and then Golden Square get a goal against the momentum and against the run of things. So now they get that lead back out to double figures, 13 points late in the third quarter. It's just something you need to be a little bit more disciplined there.
Discipline's going to be a big thing. You watch this.
Oh, absolutely.
Off the ball, Cam, I was watching just when Jock was calling, and then there is a bit going on with a lot of players from both sides. Just a few little snide ones. So
the ball's been lost again, so we'll get ball number 3 for the day.
Johnny. Who's
not quite yet.
Who's throwing someone?
No, they're all.
Who's throwing them?
They're all having a little bit of a go, and God love them.
I'll tell you what, Jock, Golden Square are going to be bankrupt replacing these footies. They're up to number 3 for the day.
Are they getting the other ones back? Who's behind the goals?
I don't know. Probably a car that's driving past has had one land in their front window up the other end, and this one down here. That I tell you, the people behind the goals down here, they don't like to give the footy back.
Full on fresh footy. Adam Baird won it out of the middle now. He'll send it long, looking for Burke. Tracking the footy will be Holmes on the outer side. Puts it on his boot to the wing. For Eaglehawk, Gillingham is over there. Draper emerges for Golden Square, however. Now he's got time and space. You'll send it shallow to the top of forward 50. Oh, Cacaviello rode the football. It was Kevin Bartlett style, and he did well, Eaglehawk, albeit he is in the back line, and he'll have a free kick, 1 for 2 high, the little man.
So he goes across the ground and gives it to McIver. Riley McIver's marked it. Still deep in the back pocket for the Hawks. Gee, they wouldn't want to concede another one before three-quarter time. McIver now plays on, gets a target, goes to half-back, gave it to McPhee. He plays on high towards the wing, up they go, no one could take the mark. Shelton almost had it, but I think it was touched over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in.
I'll tell you what, Jock, true story, if the ball goes behind the fence at the Maple Street in goals, the lady when you knock on her door tells you to get stuffed.
What,
and she said it to me. Yeah, she said it to me one day when I went to collect the footy. That is as true a word as I say. She told me to get stuffed.
You're not very likeable. You might have been there just where granddaughter didn't like you.
You can't go around knocking on women's doors all the time.
Or would you rather me jump their fence and go in through the back?
I don't know.
She genuinely told me to get stuffed. That was 3 years ago when I was involved at the footy club.
Well, don't do it at 3 a.m. in the morning. You might get a better response.
Yeah, put a six-pack under your arm. Meanwhile, where's the footy? It's over the fence again. It's in the bowling club. What are they like? Do they give the ball back?
I haven't asked the bowling people, but fresh around the grounds, Kangaroo Flat 1-6-12, Strathfield say 6-9-45. While there's a break in play, we'll look at some other scores. Castlemaine 4-7-31, Sandhurst 8-7-55, Kyneton 8-6-54, South Bendigo 6-7-43. Have we got the ball back yet?
He's had to jump the other fence into the bowling club.
And Gisborne 9-5-59 to Maryborough 4-3-27.
Geez, the neighbours around Golden Square aren't very accommodating, are they?
So it's finally back with Dorrington, who will take the free kick on the wing on the outer or scoreboard side. There you go. They probably haven't got any more spare balls, Golden Square. They've dished them all out. Arthur said, no way, blowing another $100. Kick towards half forward, up they go. No one could take the mark. It's across half forward for Golden Square. Ball squirts out. Skinny Baird takes it, wants support, gets it. They work all the way back to Dorrington. He goes further back to half back, finds a teammate, square mark. Well, that's where Dorrington started from a minute ago. He goes back towards the wing and the mark's taken by the big fellow, Compston.
Compston now, full-on fresh footy, 13-point margin. Dogs, well, they've got the momentum back and they kick it to forward 50 but tumbles over the line. After the Dogs kicked the first 3, Eaglehawk kicked 3, then the Dogs got one back.
Fresh around the ground score quarter time, North Central Football League, Donald 4-2-26, Charlton 3-2-20.
70 out from goal for the Dogs. Outer side, Tibbard won the tap to Sam Harper of Eaglehawk. And on the siren, sun-drenched Wade Street now. It is certainly a contest on our hands. So it's 3... you got more around the grounds there, Cam?
Yeah, I have got some around the ground scores, Johnny, before we head to the break. Castlemaine 3...
There'd be 700 security blokes carting him off to jail.
He's fallen over.
He got to the middle line and fell over.
We shouldn't laugh, but he's just...
Let's get the journey underway in the last quarter here at Wade Street. Square versus the Hawks, Johnny Hunter.
Full on fresh footy. It's the Dogs 8-15-63. The Hawks 7-8-50. 13-point margin. It's in the middle. Thompson is there for Eaglehawk. In fact, it's Harper. He's been good. Comston, Golden Square, feeds it out. They'll go forward through Eaglehawk, though, to Saunders, who had it at his ankles in the forward pocket. Golden Square defensively will see it outside 50 over the line. In fact, it's not over the line. And the play on from half back through Braden Welsh, who... Well, he tried to suck the umpire. In fact, he did step over the line and will throw it in.
He did all the hard work. He got around two of them and then he just stepped over the line.
He took a bounce and the ball didn't come back to him properly.
Johnny's having ant troubles here at Wade Street this afternoon. He's getting a bit upset about a throw-in. Cross half forward for the Hawks. Who can get it out? Chance down there for Harper. Gets through the traffic. Little kick on the left foot's good. Gets it back from outside 50. Hawks. Shocking kick. Shocker. Out of bounds on the full. Gee. Centre the ball, son. So the Hawks with an opportunity and they blew it.
I'd love to
be
know,
a Dogs free kick.
I would
deep
love
in the
to know
last
how many
line of
times
defence.
the ball has gone out of bounds on the full today. It's a pretty high number.
The official tally, Cameron, is lots.
Yeah, it's been a pretty high number.
Yep, lots. Now there's taken some time to get back to the player. The ball went over the fence. Who's got it? And the free kick in the back pocket. And eventually he'll take it. Driving long to half back, out of side. Tippett went high, couldn't take the ball. It's a chance down there for the Dogs to take it. Kick to half forward. Cooper made a target, couldn't take it. Got quickly to his feet. Got the hand pass. Runs inside forward 50. Plenty of pace. Two bounces. Closes to 20 and kicks a goal. Well, that's as good as you want to see, isn't it? Unbelievable.
He's got some wheels on him.
The young fella, Justin Cooper, he got a hand pass outside forward 50, took him on, had the bounces, ran the distance from 15 metres out, got it on the side of the boot and kicked a goal. The Dogs get the first of the last quarter, margin out to 19 points, 9-15-69 the Dogs, 7-8-50 the Hawks, early in the last term, thanks to Priority One Property.
He's got some wheels on him. He had three bounces and it looked like he nearly ran past the goal, so we had to throw it on the outside of the boot and try and sneak it in, but it was really well done from Justin Cooper, who's been threatening to do something like that all day, Johnny.
Yeah, he's an exciting player, that's for sure. He was fast as up they go in the ruck, back in the middle. Tippett, a bit of a fresh area, emerges Collins, defensive side of this circle. It's an underground ball to half forward. Bateson now picked it up neatly on the left, inside forward 50. They'll set themselves. Saunders kept his feet. He'll run onto the footy. He's only metres out from goal, but goes into the pocket. Then he slips over, stands up. He'll go on the right. He'll go around the body and put it through for a minor score. Geez, that was an exciting bit of play.
That would have been something.
9-15-69 now the Dogs. Eaglehawk 7-9-51. Full on fresh footy. We've gone 3 minutes.
So Dorrington brings it back into play for the Dogs. Poor kick. It's gone straight to Williams. It's been turned over. Back to the front of the goal square and the big fella's taken a mark. It's not 15. It may be less than 15 out. Directly in front. Well, he just managed to put his hand up and get his hair out of his eyes before he marked it. And from 15 metres out, directly in front, Knott goes bang, kicks the goal, and the Hawks stay well in this contest. The margin comes back to 12 points in favour of the Dogs, 9-15 to 8-9. 4 minutes, in fact, gone final term. Thanks to Aussie Disposals.
You mentioned that, but you and Knott must go to the same barber, Jock.
We do go to the same barber.
But it was really well done. But I think the kicking in from both sides has been very poor. There's a lot of kick-in turnovers today from both sides.
Yeah, you're right. And if you're going to go short, you've just got to nail it.
2 straight kicks, full on fresh footy. So it's 12 points. Do you want me to call the draw from here this early out? Maybe not. Dill Williams emerges onto the half back. He fed it backwards to Sam Thompson in order to go forward. Now they do to half forward. Skinny Baird's there, however, for Golden Square off half back. Wins the footy and on the right he'll send it down the line to half forward to the back of the pack. Ran with the football was Liam Barrett for Golden Square, then lost it. Cooper's there. He wins it. Gives it to Jack Geary by hand. By hand to Compston, who's 70 out from goal. Puts it on the boot, into the pocket. He's got a player breaking for him and finds Brinsmeads. This is Sam. And he will line them up. In fact, he goes for a pass. Hard leading Drew Barrett. couldn't quite mark it, comes off hands, and 20 out from goal.
Might have been Trav Baird that it went through the hands of, Johnny.
Trav Baird, and doesn't matter, through hands, and we'll throw it in deep in that forward zone for Golden Square. Full on fresh footy, 12-point margin. It is the Dogs at the moment.
Throw in a forward pocket for the Dogs. Plenty of numbers. Inside forward 50 for Golden Square. Hand pass over the top. Went to Collins. He's been super, particularly since half-time. For the Hawks. Got him to half-back. Not well up the ground. Makes the contest. Can't take it. Geary's been good for Golden Square. Got out a hand pass to a teammate who's run down. Umpire says no prior opportunity. He's going to ball it up. It's just outside forward 50 for the Dogs. I reckon the umpire saw the guy might have been caught, but he was also grabbed high and might have set a 0-0 draw. So, ball up. Chance down there for Skinny Baird to take it. Threw it on the boot. Went to a point 30 metres out from the Dogs' goal, but it'll rebound to the centre of the ground, and Coe takes the mark for the Dogs. Goes wide, and Dorrington should run onto it.
He does. True centre wing position. Peter Moroney wing. Short pass was good to Lockie Humphrey. He goes short to Adam Baird, but defensively Dill Williams did well, put a fist in there and put it over the line.
The good thing about this game, boys, is if it stays like this, you certainly, it hasn't done any real damage to either side. You'd still walk away thinking, yeah, they're both good sides, and on their day, they can be a contender.
Full on fresh footy. Early stages in the last term. It's the Dogs by 12 points. Upset brewing. However, Dill Williams collects off half-back for Eaglehawk. Finds Knott on half-forward. In fact, halfway between the centre and half-forward. Goes to the back door to Saunders. Saunders a short pass to Sean Williams. He's at half-forward. He's 65 out from goal. He winds them up. What a kick. How is that for class and composure by Sean Williams? He's popped it through and he just tightens up the margin. 9-9-63 Eaglehawk. The Dogs are 9-15-69. 7 in the last. Full on fresh footy thanks to Priority One Property.
Sorry, fresh around the grounds there in the MCDFNL Harcourt 2-1 to Carisbrook 1-2 in that one. The next one coming through is Harcourt 5-3, Carisbrook 4-4.
Fair enough. Ball up, centre of the ground. Up they go. Dead heat. Skinny Baird takes it. So the clearance from the centre to the square. Inside forward 50. Poor kick. Chopped off down there for the Hawks by Miles. He goes to the wing. Out of side. Finds a teammate. Move back to the centre of the ground to Collins and he takes the mark. Jesse Collins in the middle. Goes to half forward. Good kick to McPhee. Steadies. Thought he was going to play on but he goes back. So McPhee's got it just outside forward 50. Gets a lead, hard lead, goes to it. Mark. Couldn't be free kick?
Yeah, free
to
kick
Bateson.
to Bateson.
So Bateson's got the free kick.
Over
Player on the mark will be 40 metres out, 45-degree angle. Bateson's kicked one so far today, and he's going to go back and have a shot. So there's some marking timber in the goal square.
Sean Williams trying to get a sneaky handball there after that last one from outside 50.
Doesn't want anything to do with it, Bateson. Goes with a little pass and finds a teammate. He had us all tricked, Cameron. He tricked us. Goes short and the mark taken by Gillingham.
Jeez, he was glad that he had the arms just to be able to reach out and pluck that one-handed then because it looked like it was going to miss him from all money.
Don't know whether he's any closer, Gillingham, but he's...
improved the accuracy at least.
The angle, yep, from directly in front. Gillingham.
Misses.
Goes for home. Not a good kick through for a minor score. The margin comes back to a goal. 5 points. 69 plays 64. Dogs in front. 6.5 minutes gone final term. Thanks to Holden, Colorado.
From the kick in from Jake Thrum, it ended up on the wing. Golden Square through Drew Barrett. Couldn't collect it. Now it's Travis Baird who's there. He feeds it off. I'll work it nicely from the wing Golden Square to half forward. Front and centre. Tyler Miles did well for Eaglehawk. Pass it off to Cacaviello. Go to Sam Thompson. Now he runs. He runs to the wing to half forward. He's got Knott. Knott'll let it bounce. Bounces 3 or 4 times. Just runs away from him. And now he picks it up just nervously at 51. Puts it quickly on the boot. He puts it high into the hot spot. Ball spills free. Jack Geary of Golden Square. He taps the ball in front of him. He's composed. Quickly on the boot to a one-on-one contest. Spills to the wing on half forward now for Eaglehawk. will throw it in full on fresh footy.
Fresh around the grounds, half-time score from the North Central. Donald 8-4-52, Charlton 4-8-32, 20-point lead to Donald. But that last behind, Jock, it brings it back under a goal, so it could be a handy point.
Yes. Plenty of time to go, though. Up they go. Oh, Compson at the back. Won it down. Got a second tap. Couldn't find a teammate, though. Ball worked back onto the wing. Hawks with the numbers. Taken by Thompson. Goes inside forward 50. Not crashes the pack. Couldn't take the mark. Numbers in defence with the Dogs. Thrum takes it. Wobbly, scratchy old kick wide. And this should come back. Sean Williams will be first there. Picks it up from well outside forward 50. Goes with a pass inboard. Couldn't find a teammate. Will Lee took it. Took his time, was grabbed from behind, didn't know they were there, and it's a Hawks free kick.
Great tackle, Riley McIver, and Will Lee just took his time. I don't know what he was thinking.
He just hesitated for a second, didn't he?
And Riley McIver, everyone could see it coming except for Will Lee.
Well, I don't know about everybody.
Oh, I seen it coming.
He didn't see it coming. Well, you're probably in a different position than he is.
Anyway, big kick for Riley McIver. He can put this one through and Eaglehawk will lead. They haven't led since the second term, Johnny.
45-degree angle. And he's kicked it from 48 metres, goes for home.
Missed the lot.
And he's missed the lot and put it out of bounds on the full. Well, both sides have had their chances, to be honest, and the kicking for goal hasn't broken world records. The margin remains at 5 points. Dogs in front, 11 gone, final turn.
Fresh around the grounds, MCDFNL half-time, Avoca 17-16, Campbell's Creek yet to score.
Thrum's doing a lot of kicking in from the back zone. It was a free kick off half-back for Golden Square, but the umpire let the kick go and he paid advantage, so it goes to half-forward, outer side for Golden Square, and it'll be a throw-in.
Yeah, poor old Campbell's Creek having a tough year out in the MCDFNL, so woes are going to continue.
Have they scored yet?
No. 17-16 to nothing at half-time.
Yeah, big comeback from there.
Full-on fresh footy, creeping towards halfway through this final term. The Dogs are hanging on here by 5 points. McGlashan wins the tap for Eaglehawk, punches it towards the line. In fact, a free kick has been picked out.
That's a deliberate out of bounds.
It'll go for Golden
I reckon
Square.
that's what he's paid.
To Adam Baird.
Stiff.
Adam Baird now. This will be inside forward 50. Oh, it's a screamer by Rosengren. He launched himself, took a nice one, and he'll line them up on a 45-degree angle, and distance won't be a problem.
Well, yeah, we've seen a kick from Richard Tibbett earlier in this similar position that went through at post height. So, Jordan Rosengren, very handy young player. Good above head, as he just shown there. So,
Jeez, it's been a long time since Golden Square have been... they just need to get further in front.
got it.
Oh. And he has got it. That was a steadier. Rosengren, you've got to love the composure then. He took a nice strong mark in the forward line. A good old-fashioned clunker. So the Dogs go to 10-15-75. Hawks 9-10-64. 13 minutes in the last. Full-on fresh footy thanks to Holden, Colorado at Poyser Holden.
Yeah, it was a nice goal from Jordan Rosengren. So that really brings it... That puts about almost a 2-goal margin here. So Eaglehawk are going to have to score twice, obviously, to try and find their way back in as we go fresh around the grounds. Castlemaine are hanging in there, Jock. 4-7-31, Sandhurst 8-7-55, almost half-time.
Why are you addressing that to me, Cameron?
I just thought you might like to know.
Fair enough. I like to know all scores. Looking at that flag, boys, and the wind seems to have just stopped completely from the ball up. Jack Geary got the clearance for the Dogs. Went towards half forward, wanted a target down there. Barrett takes it. They take him. He's lost the footy. Chance for the Dogs. For the Hawks. They work it back towards half forward and wide to Gillingham. He goes towards half forward. Good kick, good lead. Here they come. Turning. Long kick. Inside forward 50. At the back, Tibbett. Thumped away by the Dogs. Defence into the pocket. Chance down there for Coe. Gee, just happy to push it over the line, but umpire said throw it back in, right next to the behind post, deep into Hawks forward zone. So the margin, 11 points, square in front, 14 gone final term, plenty left to play in this game.
The Borough are pressing for another one. Sean Knott, a clever tap to the top of the pack, but it was intercepted by Mark Clue for Golden Square. Put it beyond 50. Now it is a foot race. It was between Cooper and Cacaviello, and that looked like a 100-metre sprint in the Olympics. Did you see those two young boys go?
And Johnny, I don't think you could have, in your heyday, couldn't have beaten either of them.
No, never. I was more like Greg Williams, I'll have you know.
Well, you got 100 hand passes.
Yeah, but nothing like him, really. He played 300 more AFL games than I did. Mark Clue off half-back for Golden Square. I mention him because, of course, it is Legends Day here with the Hall of Fame for Golden Square, and they have the footy. Rosengren goes to half forward. They'll push again inside forward 50 to Jack Geary, who takes a mark and will slow things down at 40, a very tight angle, but he'll line them up.
Travis Masson's he'd have to be frustrated with that. How does Jack Geary get himself into that much space? How does that happen?
He hasn't drifted forward a lot in this game. He's been mainly across half-back and through the middle.
He doesn't, you're right, and he just had confidence in his teammates and he decided to press forward on that occasion, and it's paid dividends. And it goes to the top of the square, big punch. Oh, roving was Adam Baird. He was right on the goal line and said thank you very much and banged it through for Golden Square. So doesn't that make things interesting? The score goes to 11-15-81. Eaglehawk 9-10-64. Halfway through the last, that's almost 16 minutes, full on fresh footy, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
I'm nearly prepared to just about I've got the hammer out. I haven't quite nailed the coffin, but I've got the hammer out and I'm ready to go.
Nearly just means nothing, really.
So that's a big goal though, but Adam Baird forward of the pack and no one on the goal line for Eaglehawk.
What it does mean, obviously, is the Hawks need the next one, and relatively quickly. Ball up, centre of the ground. Neither ruckman when it effectively drops at their feet, and the umpire will do it again.
Well, if they do get the next one, Golden Square will be nailing, that's for sure.
Interesting, their two best players pushed really hard forward then. It was Jack Geary and Adam Baird, and it paid dividends.
Ball up, centre of the ground, taken out of the middle well by McGlashan. He thumps it towards half forward. No one could mark it. Dogs defence under the pump. Loose board. Homoloff takes it. It's a free kick.
Yeah, holding the ball against Welsh.
Hawks free kick. Just outside forward 50, Sean Williams has got it. He's too far out to score. Where does he go? Not lurks. He doesn't go to him. He goes to Tibbet. He's got two to beat. Thumped away by the Dogs' defence. Loose in the pocket. Or now they're under the pump. It was taken by Walters. They got friendly with him and pushed him over the line with the footy. And it'll be thrown back into play about 20 metres around from the behind post. So deep in the forward pocket for the Hawks. They need the next. They trail by 17 points, and it is 17 minutes gone, final term.
Full on fresh footy. They are attacking. They need one just to keep themselves within check. Eaglehawk still 50 out from goal. Collins, it's Brodie Collins, tried to burst his way through the pack, but Morecambe and Tom Walters did well for Golden Square.
Fresh around the grounds there, the Kyneton Showgrounds, they're 10-7-67. South Bendigo 7-7-49.
Forward 50 for Eaglehawk. They need another one quickly. They trail 64-81. It's a long kick to the top of the square. Harper's there, comes off hands. Tracking the footy for Golden Square will be Welsh. He wins. He runs clear now. Kicks it beyond 50. It's a tumbling ball. Sam Thompson will run onto the footy. It's up on the wing. Shovels out a handball to Holmes. This is Clayton Holmes now. Composed a forward handball to Sam Thompson. Eaglehawk building here. Tibbet. He passed to him at a half forward. Now composed still. Two kicks out from goal. Now Tibbet goes. He kicks it to the top of the square, to the hot spot. Spills to the back of the pack. Golden Square will rebound. Travis Baird now feeds one over the top, and they're away through Tom Walters.
Walters from half back goes wide towards the wing, grandstand side. It's the numbers with the Hawks. Those picked up by Conforti. Throws it on the boot. High. Doesn't go out on a full. Whistle on play.
Yeah, front on contact against McGlashan going the way of Trav Baird. But that last one before, when he was trying to go inside forward 50, Sean Williams, he had 5 Eaglehawk players in line with him. There's no numbers inside the forward line, so they're banging it into an unnumbered contest in favour of Golden Square no matter what.
Goes back into the back pocket. It's worked back with a hand pass to Baird. He goes back to Thrum. Thrum comes down the line, along the wing. Grandstand side. Numbers with the Hawks. Conforti wins it. Goes wide, gives it to Holmes. Holmes kicked to the centre of the ground. Homoloff is okay. He's got a player loose on the outer side of the ground. Here come the Hawks again. Long kick to full forward. Over the head just down there. Not kicked off the ground. And goal to the Hawks.
McGlashan with the soccer skills.
Well, they absolutely made something out of nothing. McGlashan gets his second. and the Hawks stay alive. The margin back to 11 points in favour of Golden Square. 19 gone. Final term, boys, thanks to Aussie Disposals.
It's a really important goal from McGlashan. So, but you're right, Jock. They definitely got something out of nothing, and I think they needed to get that back to 11 points, and we're only just ticked over 20 minutes in this final quarter. So, stacks of time.
They got that, Cam, because one flew for the mark for the Borough and others stayed down to crumb instead of flying against each other.
Next goal,
Sam
massive.
Thompson was good in that last contest, and he's been good again. Defensive side of the circle, he put it up and under. Bit of an awkward kick. Ryan Hartley ran onto it, but it spills free to Collins. Eaglehawk over the top to Riley McIver. He'll push it forward to Dill Williams, who's at 51. Feeds out an ugly handball. He's looking for Knott. Wasn't effective. Probably got one too high there. Jake Thrum of Golden Square. Umpire let it go. Into the pockets. A flying shot at goal. I reckon Eaglehawk will put one onto the scoreboard. It might be Gillingham.
Missed it.
They have
missed it.
but just a little one.
Oh, jeez, he was pumping the air. He thought he
liked
kicked the goal.
Yeah.
Well, I still think he thinks he kicked it. He's asking the umpire. He thought it was a goal.
Back to 10 points. Hawks 10-11-71, trailing the Dogs 11-15-81. 21 minutes in the last. Full-on fresh footy.
Gee, neither of these sides are going away. It's a terrific contest. So the kick out, long, clears defensive 50. They're the kick outs you like. Can the Dogs get out of trouble? Good work down there through Barrett, but his hand pass to a teammate was intercepted. There's a pack. Umpire comes in. He's picked out a free kick. It'll go to the Dogs out of side of the ground at half back.
I'm guessing it must have been a shove in the back. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, not sure. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. Kick to the middle of the ground. Good
great
mark. Yep. Mark taken down there for the Dogs by Burke. Well out from goal. Probably 2 steps defensive side of the centre. Jaden Burke. This afternoon's kicked a couple of goals for the Bulldogs. Goes long and high to half forward. Huge pack of players up. Who's got the numbers at ground level? Hand pass over the top. It was punched away by Conforti. Found a teammate who threw it on the boot. Went to the wing in front of the scoreboard and put it out on the full. The Dogs will bring it back.
Jeez, full-on fresh footy. The upset is a reality here. Must be only, 8 or 9 minutes left. They've had the lead for most of the game, haven't they, the Dogs? They deserve to win it now.
I'm not sure if an upset, Johnny. I think we said before the game that Square were the slight favourites.
Well, Eaglehawk are the premiership side, and they have been super the games I've seen them in. No, Mark Clue now. It's an awkward ball, but they'll rebound through Collins. Eaglehawk now. Collins to half forward. I'm calling it an upset. But whatever, it's going to be a good win if they can win here this afternoon at Wade Street.
You tipped Golden Square before the game.
I did, but I tipped it would be. Yeah, I said it would be an upset. I'm going on Jock's theory as well. You've got to give Eaglehawk the credit that they deserve. They've certainly been a super side.
You've given them nothing all day, you two. Don't start now.
I'm still thinking Eaglehawk.
Have the courage of your convictions.
No. Umpire will throw it in. Up they'll go. It is not versus Compston. Falls to the feet. Defensively, Adam Baird received it, banged it on the boot, up to the wing, bouncing footy. Sam Thompson of Eaglehawk will run onto it, but it's too late. And right smack bang in the middle of the Peter Moroney wing will throw it in.
Fresh around the grounds, Castlemaine 5-9-39, Sandhurst 12-8-80, and the Storm are powering away from the flat 12-9-81, Kangaroo Flat 1-7-13.
10-point ball game here at Wade Street. The Hawks would want the next, they'd want it soon. Compston went up, got it to the front of the pack, found a teammate. He was immediately wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire will ball it up. Between centre and centre wing, the Dogs, are the Dogs sort of in holding pattern at the moment? There's the ball up, was one down by Knott, found a teammate. He was locked up in a tackle. The umpire comes in, he's going to ball it up again, same spot.
Do we think Golden Square can win without kicking another goal? You think they've got enough on the board to hold on?
Yeah, probably. I don't think they'll lose it. I think the Hawks have got to win it. They've got to kick a couple. So there's the ball up. Compston wins it down, goes wide, picked up by Barrett under the punt, runs backwards, wants Thrum. Can he pull? Remember that the football goes back and gets it, just throws it on the boot. High kick, back to the wing on the outer side. No one can take the mark. Bouncing ball over the line and out of bounds to be thrown back in. More time, just ticks away off the clock. 81 plays 71. Dogs in front of the Hawks at this stage. Time clock 24 gone. Final term.
Yeah, it's still 24 minutes, so I'd still say there'd be at least another 4 or 5 minutes, I reckon, Jock.
Full-on fresh footy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Dogs did not make the finals last year, and they're on the cusp of beating the premiership side 6 rounds into season 2019.
Well, the way it's looking, the only change from the finals would be Square going in and Kyneton going out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can see happening this year.
Now it is Adam Baird, tries to burst through. Golden Square doing well. Treading water a little bit on the outer side wing. Umpire blows his whistle, crosses his arms and says, I'm going to throw this one up.
I mentioned Kyneton, and they are having a win at the moment. They're leading down at the Kyneton Showgrounds 10-7-67 to South Bendigo 7-7-49.
25 gone in the last. Full-on fresh footy. Golden Square by 10 points. Eaglehawk need 2 straight kicks. Good collect by Collins. He'll drive it long into forward 50. Spills to Will Lee of Golden Square, and he looked defeated out of the back door nervously. Probably should have went the first option, but they're still good enough here, and a kick is up to the wing. They'll set themselves. Up they go. Good work. Clayton Holmes tracks the football. Draper is there over the line, and we'll throw it in. 81 playing 71. The Dogs are leading this game deep into the final term by 10 points.
Last couple of times the Hawks have gone deep into attack, there hasn't been a big bloke to get back to contest. They need to get their structure right from the throw-in. Chance for Collins to take it. That was Brody Collins. He was pinged. Free kick to the Dogs at halfback. Well, he picked it up, but he took him on.
He got rid of a handball, but I think he took too long was the umpire's
Free
decision.
kick to Barrett. Goes backwards and gives it to Thrum, who's got it in the back pocket.
Time's starting to really tick away on the Hawks now.
So Thrum
26 minutes just ticked over in this final quarter.
takes as long as he can. When he's told to play on, he does, and pumps it high to halfback. At the back of the pack, the crumb was taken by Knott, who drives him back inside forward 50. Williams crumbs it. That's Dillon. Goes with a hand pass wide. Taken by Sean Williams. Gets around one. Went to kick it. Was pinged. Penalised. Free kick, Dogs. Inside defensive 50. They're out of trouble again. I reckon the Dogs are doing enough, boys.
I think Shawnee Williams a bit stiff there. I thought he got a little bit of the boot onto that.
He had prior opportunity. How good was Cooper?
He still got the ball onto his boot. It didn't go very far, but
Dorrington received a mark beyond 50 outer side for Golden Square. They have the lead, 10 points. No need to rush.
No, they're slowing it down.
Need to be composed. Handball over the top. The old 1-2 ends up back with Dorrington. Dorrington back to Cooper, who's run to the wing. Now Cooper, a short pass. Oh, geez, it was a little bit too severe for Rosengren. Probably the right move, but on half forward. In fact, half back now for Eaglehawk. They'll receive a free kick.
So the Hawks have got it at half back. Well, they want to get a wriggle on. And they kick backwards to Madden in the corridor, but deeper in defence. He wastes no time. Goes to Jesse Collins. He marks just inside defensive 50. Goes down the wing, grandstand side, and finds Brody. Brody Collins wobbles it to half forward. Marks taken by McIver.
he almost ran into the elbow of a teammate there, which Ben McPhee.
I think he might have a bit. He's rubbing his shoulder.
Nearly clicked him in the head.
So McIver goes to half forward. Can't find a teammate. Loose ball. Dogs defence stand up again. Thrown on the boot by Coe. Clears to half back. Taken by Brody Collins. He's tackled. Caught with the football, said the umpire. The Dogs get another free kick at half back outside defensive 50.
How did Hamish Morecambe end up with that footy?
He'll take it though. He'll kick it 30 backwards to Jake Thrum. So he kicked
As you would, yeah.
He's kicked it to defensive 50 deep. Well, Jake Thrum's going to go even deeper, right at the goal line to Dorrington, and then Dorrington switches it to the opposite side. So they're playing a bit of keepings off footy here. Footy is with Braden Welsh. He dumps it up to the wing now, and
Front
a free
on
kick,
contact.
front on contact. This will go to Zach Shelton. Zach Shelton will play on quickly. He goes and finds Adam Baird. Strong contested mark. Now on half forward. Ball to ugly ball. Oscar Madden, he was at the back of the pack, and for Eaglehawk, he'll clear it defensively over to the other side of the ground, and with the footy.
So Knott's got it just on defensive 50, taking his time, goes backwards and gives it to Tyler Miles.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've looked up at the clock and well, hang on a minute,
No.
it's 29 minutes gone. There's no point going 20 metres backwards.
Goes to Brody Collins, who plays on with a hand pass to a teammate who just gets rid of it. Into the centre of the ground, Homoloff over the back of Dorrington. takes the mark. Is it paid? That's 50.
Yeah, the umpire went to blow his whistle, then he decided not to.
Oh, well, he goes across the ground, gives it to McIver. McIver plays on for the Hawks, goes to half forward. Mark is taken down there. It's by Cam McGlashan, turns, long kick, inside forward 50 for the Hawks. Up they go. No one can take the mark. Dogs defence, been under the pump for 10 minutes. They still stand up though. In there, Compston works hard, gets it wide. Hawks clear it, taken out there for them by Thompson. Goes with a little toe poke, wanted not, can't find him on the full. He picks it up, tackled, and the umpire says you're caught with a footy. How many caught with the footy decisions?
Well, he ran straight into Barrett, and then Barrett got him, and it's like he just gave up.
Cam. I'm just saying how many's there been.
There's a lot. There's a lot, but it was like he got tackled and he just gave up on it.
So the Dogs from defensive 50 with the kick. They go down the wing, out of side. Marked by Conforti. Goes back inside to Brodie Collins. He's had a purple patch. Goes with a little pass. And Sean Williams marks just outside forward 50 for the Hawks.
We're 30-minute mark. Beyond that, there mustn't be a lot of time left. They've got it in the forward 50. They need to hurry up here. They'll have possession through Saunders into the pocket. Oh, it's at the ankles of McGlashan. McGlashan, he's tackled by Jack Geary. 15 metres out from
dropped
goal.
The footy when he was tackled holding the ball.
And Jack Geary, well, he'll just grab the footy and he'll just relax and he'll wander around, and the siren goes. And what a victory that is for Golden Square. They must be very happy with themselves. 11-15, 81 to Eaglehawk, 10-11, 71. That is a 10-point